Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Luke.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coon.
I'm Zachary Gubish, and you're up today. You know what, Reid? You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nasty Show.
Well, happy Tuesday afternoon, Nasties. Your Edmonton Oilers lead their best-of-7 series against the Ducks of Anaheim, the Quackers, as some would call them. 1-0 after an exciting victory last night. Kasperi Kapanen scoring the game-winning goal with just under 2 minutes to go. We have plenty of discussion on Game 1, on some of the storylines coming out of Game 1. By the way, Adam Henrique will not be available tomorrow night, so either Szymanski or Lazar is going to come in. And, of course, where do we go from here? Are you encouraged, discouraged, excited, cautiously optimistic about now the rest of this series now that we've seen these two teams go head-to-head in a playoff game? Luke Gazdic is going to join us this afternoon, his bi-weekly appearance on the show. He's on Edmonton Sports Talk every week, alternating between the Nielsen Show. That's that 6 to 9 a.m. program we got. It's also heard on 95.7 Cruise FM. And then the other weeks, he's on this program, the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne. We're 3 to 6 p.m. weekdays. So Luke Gazdic will check in. Shawn Belle as well. We have him on usually every Tuesday. He's become a valued EST colleague because he does Hello Hockey. He's been doing a lot of Oil Stream pre- and post-game shows, and he hops on other shows. He's a great guy, always has a great perspective. And we'll have some audio from Knobloch, from a young man known, the fans call him the Nuge. If you ever hear someone talking about the Nuge, they mean Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, number 93 for the Oilers. Some comments from him as well. And we're going to, partially we're doing this, Jay, is because I know there's things that, now after getting to know you, working with you for whatever we're at, over a year and a half, I guess, building an incredible friendship as well. And I now know when I hear an athlete speak, and specifically when I'm getting tape from Oilers post-game from the locker room or the podium, I now know there are things that I hear that I think to myself, Jay will want to comment on that, or Jay will want that clip on the show. And this morning I came in and I said, hey, so from last night, and you were like, are you going to run some Dickinson? I was like, yeah, I'm thinking of running the clip where he said, and you were finishing my sentences about what you wanted on the show from Dickinson.
That's what best friends do.
Right.
Yeah.
And plus I know there are certain athletes you just enjoy hearing from.
Yes.
And their perspective, and you seem to think that guy understands the game and how to communicate the game.
Pre-treat.
Like we were talking a couple of weeks ago, weren't we doing something on like which Oiler would be a good coach? Certainly from a communication standpoint, Dickinson would be the type of coach I think an athlete would listen to.
Responds to, yes.
Right, because he can kind of break it down, ways you understand why you have to do this, why it's an important. And he was very good again last night. So we want to get to a couple of those clips too. Did you hear the Ingram comment, by the way, about Mullet Arena?
I loved it.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Little different.
Slightly. Yeah, you could say that the energy might have been a greater last night than what he was possibly used to at the Mullet Arena.
Yes. Home of were they Arizona or Phoenix State at that point? But the team, they were the Arizona Coyotes.
Well, it's still the Arizona Coyotes, but they were playing
in the
Arizona
arena.
State Sun Devils Mullet Arena.
Yeah, it was like 5,000 seats.
Yes.
Yeah, little different.
You think they sold out all the time?
I don't even remember if they did. I think they did okay.
5,000 seats.
Little different atmosphere, for sure. It was incredible last night. The vibe before the game, the vibe downtown, the fans, the anthem, them skating out, the third period, the volume at the end of the game. It was very cool.
Okay, so, this is, you've been doing this a while. You've covered playoff games.
Yeah.
How was the vibes last night for that game as compared to others? Would you just say, yeah, it's the same?
Yeah, still very good. I mean, we're lucky now that this is 7 straight years the Oilers in the playoffs. What is it? It would be 8 of the 10 seasons they've been in Rogers Place. They've made the playoffs, but the fans they got it going. You know, like there's still another level. I think the people in the building know it's not the Stanley Cup final, but the people who are there are excited. They've probably most of them had to spend a good chunk of money to be there. So you might as well get your money's worth and let the players hear you. But yeah, it's always. But I said this to Tom last night on the pregame show. You know, so I park on the north side of the arena, and then I kind of walk around part of the perimeter. And I saw the huge lineup to get into the plaza, the moss pit, as the kids call it. And then, you know, going into Ice House to do my hit with Tom. And most of the people going to be in the plaza would be under 25. You know, like
it's a young person's game.
It's a young person's crowd. And I was saying this to Tom, like we have to remember, like even these people. There's no perspective of 2006. Even the decade of darkness might have happened in their lifetime, but
sure,
you know what real
do they really recall?
Yeah, you might recall your dad or your uncle being upset about it and know that. But that's like I was born in 1974. By the time I started to really sort of understand watching hockey and look at stats in the newspaper and have an almanac and look back on things like the Flyers winning the Stanley Cup in 1974. That's ancient history.
Yes.
Like it happened the year I was born, but it's not like, oh yeah, that was only 6 years ago. It seems like forever ago, you know, when you're that age.
Sure.
So it was cool to see the gathering, to see the energy, hear the energy in the arena, and hopefully much more to come. Well, at least 2 more home games. Let me put it that way.
I suppose that's guaranteed.
that is guaranteed.
Are you suggesting a reverse gentleman's sweep?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not at all. I think the Oilers are looking good.
Now, let's clear the air, because I know that the morning boys like to have fun with you about the gentleman's sweep. Is it off the board now in your eyes?
Yes.
So in your eyes...
Oh, no, wait. No, if the series goes Oilers, Ducks, Oilers, I would accept that being a gentleman's sweep.
You would allow that.
The higher seeded team winning the first 3 games, losing game 4 on the road, and then finishing off the series game 5 at home. That I would allow being called a gentleman's sweep. Every 5-game series is not a gentleman's sweep.
Right. Okay. Now what would happen? I'm interested to know what they would do for a sweep.
What the boys on the morning show would do?
Like, how would they?
What would they do?
How would they frame that?
They'd have to dress up like chimney sweeps.
Well, would it be the opposite of a gentleman's sweep? Would it be an a-hole sweep?
Yeah, you wear a sideways hat or something.
Yeah, they just
low
come in
ride,
and they're just jerks all morning.
Yeah, I guess an actual sweep. I don't know.
I'd pay money to see that.
Who is this neon guy? Quickly, Coop. I'm like a judge at I'm gonna give you a bit of leeway, Mr. Kubish, but not much.
Okay, Mr. Wilkins. Neon is a Twitch streamer, an online influencer who does day-to-day things and pays somebody to follow him with a camera. And he's on a tour somehow in Edmonton.
So he's a social media superstar.
Essentially. And he was around Rogers Place at the watch parties and apparently at the game as well. But I don't know the full story.
But he put a video of himself up making it look like he was getting kicked out of somewhere. Was that even true?
I didn't confirm that. I know Jasmine and everybody brought it up on the Hangout as well. I didn't check that out, but that is his shtick. He tries to get into trouble and to get clicks online.
Okay. Then probably enough said. On a show that you and I are hosting.
I think we've given this twerp too much time.
Because I see this come up, and I don't mind having things explained to me, but then as you were explaining it to me, Coob, no, again, if he has a fight, if other people have followings, people are interested in that, that's cool. But you and I host this show, so probably not something we'd spend a lot of time
You ran into Shoddy Mills. Johnny Mills was on his stream.
Another person I don't understand.
Anyways,
Anyways,
that's enough said. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Reid,
somewhat clarified.
much like the Moss Pit, it's a young person's game.
Right. But you and I at least understand the Moss Pit.
The idea
That
of
makes
it,
sense to us. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
As university age people, maybe we would have gone there for an evening.
Possibly.
Though I need to watch the game.
Yeah, I don't think that's your vibe.
No, maybe.
It's a gathering place for young individuals to
Yeah.
court their each other and their minds.
I got to admit, it looks great on TV.
It
When the
looks
Oilers
fantastic.
score and they cut to that and people are bouncing up and down and
Well, and
Yeah.
Mama Stanley, I mean, she's a staple
was she
now.
in the
She was there.
'cause she was at the last game of the regular season, I believe.
She was
right
front
behind the
and
Oilers bench.
center in the Moss Pit. And when Jason Dickinson scored that first goal, a beautiful goal, by the way, they cut to the Moss Pit, and my daughters said, Mama Stanley's there.
Right, yeah.
Like that's something. She's hey, hot take. Mama Stanley is a bigger deal in Edmonton than Neon.
Yeah, well, I would agree with that.
Huh?
Yeah.
For
Well,
sure.
I would certainly
Prove
agree
me
with that.
wrong.
I won't.
I'm not going to.
I think you're completely right, J Mill.
We should do a show from Neon.
I don't know where Neon would be.
We could do a show from the Neon Sign Museum. We could just sit underneath the signs.
We'd have to get hoisted up so we were in the
Yeah,
signs.
and we'd need to do it at night so they'd be on.
Well-
It's 3:33 in the afternoon. Sun's up for another 6 hours. But anyway, we appreciate you tuning in this afternoon, and we are always happy to hear from you. A lot to discuss. We want to hear just your feedback about Game 1, and we're going to touch on some specific things as we move along. One way to get in touch is by texting us, 780-218-9999. Of course, that is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. How about this? They have a $21.99 prime rib special. That's 7 days a week. It's a tap 25 at River Cree. So 11:30 in the morning to 11 at night, except show nights, and it's available for dine-in and takeout. The incredible $21.99 prime rib special. The afternoon inbox, 780-218-9999. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com. Reid is R-E-I-D. And Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. Jay is J-A-Y.
That's correct.
And you can email us your thoughts, whatever you want. And we love getting limericks. And today's limerick theme will be, what will it be today?
Neon. No, we can't talk about it.
No.
How about Mama Stanley?
How about Oilers superfans?
Sure.
Like people who dress up or do things or are known for being fans. Okay? Let's do that. And we also want to thank you for however you are consuming us today. iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. And as I often remind people, I know if you're using those platforms, you don't need to be told about those platforms. You have found them. But what we would like is to spread the word of EST. Because maybe people are like, hey, I want to know more about the playoffs. Or Yvonne's Furniture closed down. I want to know where the owner is. That's Jay Milne.
Nobody's
I'm
ever
trying
asking
to include.
that.
I'm trying to include
I know,
you, so
but
it's just not Dustin all the
I think
time.
by trying to include me in this conversation, it's actually lessening what your statement
Am I
about you and
unintentionally
Justin.
belittling you?
Well, nobody
I don't mean to do
cares
that.
about the guy from Yvonne's. Nobody. Zero.
All right.
It's like the Neon of Edmonton sports. Talk.
Anyway, we're here. Let people know about Edmonton Sports Talk. Like I got to say, I'm so proud to work here every day. But yesterday, I thought we just killed it with our coverage. Well, we went 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. and then we're live again right after the game. We extended this show by half an hour, which we're going to do tomorrow. But even when it's not Oilers playoffs, we're on top of stuff. We're talking great sports. We have great personalities. I think we love to have fun. I think we love to bring positivity and smiles and laughter into the world. Sometimes there are little lambs hopping around the studio. It's quite incredible. So just spread the word about EST, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. Now, maybe you're on YouTube. The channel is Edmonton Sports Talk. Subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk if you haven't already. I think Coob said the subscribers went up during the show yesterday.
Yes.
So that's why I say that. Get in there. And we have the Nasty Chat. Now, I heard Dustin talking about this. Somebody in the Nasty Chat was like, what is the Nasty Chat? I realized it's the chat function on YouTube. Dustin and Eric one morning gave it a silly name. as they often do. You don't have to be nasty to go in there. You don't have to say nasty things. It's just called the Nasty Chat. And while you're on YouTube as well, remember to give the show a thumbs up.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
And we want to get to 155 thumbs.
Hey, somebody cares about the Yvonne's Furniture guy.
See?
Yeah. Oh, Richard Woodman.
Do you know him?
He's a friend of mine.
There you go. He cares about you.
But that's also fake.
Duck Dad. Yvonne's Furniture was the last great furniture store. See? We got a bunch of beautiful stuff coming in. So, and with the thumbs up, hey, it's fun. It's fun for us to get those totals, but it does help build the algorithm of the station. So I know people probably say, Reid, you're sitting there just promoting your own station. Yes, I am. Because if we don't do it, no one else is going to do it. And we ask you to help us just a very little bit. You know who's a very good promoter as well is the guy who gives us our afternoon headlines for 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today.
This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. Jay Dickey and Happy Cappy had the old barn shaken as the locals grabbed game one. You get cut the nervous energy with a knife. Something you can't cut with a knife? My Aunt Sherma's meatloaf. Captain Connie might be missing. His name wasn't on the score sheet. Maybe we need to bring in an investigator. Hey, Jason Milne, is that a private dick in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Hey, the Bluebirds are taking on the Angels. Give them heck, Vladdy. I'm Chet Palmer.
Thanks, Chet.
Have a good day, Chet. I might actually talk to HR about Chet, and not for the private dick investigator. This constant berating of Aunt Sherma. I know Chet's Aunt Sherma. She's a lovely lady, so she can't cook that great. I mean, this is enough piling on Aunt Sherma. Gosh, Chet, I love you, buddy, but my word. I was wondering where Chet was going to go with the investigator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does everybody know that's a term for a private detective?
A private...
Or for a detective is a dick?
I just learned that right now.
I didn't know that.
No, I had no clue.
I thought it was a PI.
Yep.
Right, but
Like
you could
Magnum.
also be, but yeah, you could also...
So wait. What? Is dick like the name, or is it just a code word?
I think it's like a code word.
Abbreviation?
So then...
Private dick is a slang term for a private investigator or private detective, a person hired by individuals or groups to conduct investigations.
Why don't they just say private eye?
Well, because it was from an era where you would say it's like from the hard-boiled detective era, the noir era.
So, okay, you're trying to talk, let's say you're trying to talk in code around your family because you hired a private investigator and you're, hang on, kids, I'm on the phone with my private dick.
Yes, that's what you would say.
That would totally, nobody would know.
Yes, they would.
Nobody would know what you're talking about.
Well, I suppose maybe in this day and age. Anyway, that was Chet Palmer for 100.3 The Bear. Luke Gazdic coming up in about 22 minutes. Always fun to have him on the show. We're going to have audio from Jason Dickinson, from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and from Chris Knobloch as well. So Adam Henrique will not play tomorrow. That's some of the news from today. This is the type of year where this time of year when there aren't a lot of actually full practices. I think they're scheduled for a full morning skate tomorrow because today there was like a meeting. I think a couple players were on. I mean, the ice is always available.
Sure.
I mean, certainly the guys who were scratched or didn't play a lot last night will often get out there. But it's as you know from going through it last year, it's a little different. We also every day have an off-topic topic. It's presented by William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. We're going off topic today for sure. I mean, yesterday we tied it into ducks a little bit. It was like evil ducks or something like that. Today, we would like you to describe your dog as a hockey player.
Oh,
That is our off-topic topic. So I was looking on Instagram today, and because I look at dog content, more and more dog content comes up.
of course.
So this popped into my head. And part of the reason this popped into my head, I had a dog. He's a family dog, wasn't just mine. His name was Animal. Animal had a long life, lived almost 18 years from 1988 to 2006. And he was a little white poodle, 12 pounds. And when we got him when I was in high school, I was like, seriously, we're getting a poodle? Like, I had this conception of poodles being sissy,
Sure.
little pampered dogs. Animal, I would still list him as one of my best friends of all time.
Really?
We bonded. He was the fastest runner I've ever seen for a little dog and extremely intelligent. So Animal became, now when I was younger and used to play video games, what do? Create your own team.
Sure.
Create your own team. Well, who's on the team? Well, I'm on the team. Well, my mom and dad are on the team. A couple of my best friends are on the team. Well, how do you round out the roster? Whether it's football, basketball, hockey? Well, you got to put your pets on. Mm-hmm. So Animal was the best player. He got the best attributes. He was fast. He'd have the 99 speed, the 99 intelligence. Maybe he's a little smaller, but you got to catch him first. Always the best vision, the good shot. Like, he'd always wind up being the leading scorer, leading receiver. So when I was in Lloyd, I had a PlayStation 2, the old PlayStation 2. Coop doesn't even know what I'm talking about. So the reason there's a PlayStation 5 is because there was 1, 2, 3, 4 before that. So I had NCAA football. I think it was 2003, and it was Carson Palmer as a USC Trojan was the cover.
Yeah.
So I made, you could create your own university or change a university. So I changed the university to like the University of Pembina.
Sure.
And created the whole roster. And of course, Animal was the star receiver. And I made a schedule and played through a season. And one of Animal's greatest performances of all time, I think we were playing like the Patsy school, but still, Animal had a receiving touchdown, a kickoff return touchdown, and a punt return touchdown, all in the same game. Like that is something. How often does that happen? Has that ever happened in the NFL? I don't know. Did Gizmo ever do it? I don't even know if Giz did it.
I don't think so.
That's
quite
pretty
a feat.
incredible. So we'll tell you, okay, so either describe your dog as a hockey player, or do you put your dog or your pets into your create a team video games? Well, broad off-topic topic.
Well, and you know what, Reid? We didn't talk about this, but I'm going to throw this one in the hat as well. Or describe hockey players that look like a certain dog. If you have.
That's really good.
Sometimes you see someone and you're like, man, is that a corgi? Or is that a hockey player? So everybody knows Coop the corgi, my, famous now.
Infamous or famous, yeah. Beloved
Coop
He's
the
been
corgi.
on the show.
He's been on the show. I would definitely think that Cooper the corgi, just because of his low center of gravity, would be an elite centerman. I mean, he would have access to the puck earlier. He could, and quite intellectual.
Yeah.
Corgis are quite smart. So I think as a center,
face-offs, he'd be like a 99 out of 100.
He'd be a face-off specialist, a face-off wizard.
Right.
My other dog, Bingo, who is a larger dog, a German Shepherd, Retriever cross, he'd be a Matthias Ekholm like.
Oh, okay.
He'd just be a stalwart back there in the D-core.
Just tying you up and shutting you down.
Yeah, but when you get him off the ice, he's just a beautiful, cuddly, nice dog. But he'll scare you.
I think Coop the corgi would be a good shot blocker too. Like if he's sideways, he's like, how are you going to get this past me?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. And the goalie knows Coop's blocking the low one. I'll just catch the high ones. Yeah.
If Coop's got the low half a foot off the ground shot, anything above that I got.
Right.
Coop would die. Like one shot, and he's done.
Well, he'd have equipment on.
I don't know how.
I always picture them in equipment.
What would you put around him? Like a PVC tube?
Yes, that's
right? Like
what he would
quarter-inch thick.
Yeah.
Can you imagine reading the game sheet after and see Coop the corgi registering 6 block shots.
6 block shots, face-offs, 8 out of 9.
Time on ice.
No shots on net.
28 seconds.
Just wins the face-off and scampers to the bench.
2 penalties for stealing the puck.
Delay of game. He's like, but did he shoot it over the glass? No, he just picked it up and wouldn't put it down. These are good here. Ronnie in the Nasty Chat says, I had a Basset Hound and I would compare him to Trent Frederick in November. Very slow. El Presidente says, my little dog could be a referee. She is old, blind, and deaf. Oh, we need the. Yeah. El Presidente says, my little dog could be a referee. She is old, blind, and deaf. All right. So we're just your dog playing a sport. And what was yours? Or a hockey player that looks like a dog? Mm-hmm. We don't know how this is going to go. This could be the last this is brought up on the show today. But there must be other people like me who put their pets into video games.
Like what kind of dog breed does Austin Matthews look like?
I was going to say something that I should.
Like a pug?
Oh, maybe, yeah. Could be a pug.
That's what we should go through the whole Oilers roster and see what animals they look like.
I thought Jack Rossovic looked like a bulldog or a pug, or like a mix between both.
Oh,
right?
wow. This is several off-topic topics in one. 780-218-9999 is how you text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Here is head coach Chris Knobloch. Knobloch said Henrique's out tomorrow. So it'll be Szymanski or Lazar. We'll dive deeper into that a little bit later on. I also want to talk about Connor Ingram. I thought he had a pretty good night. And can the Ducks actually play defense? Not sure they can when the crunch is in crunch time, but we'll talk about that as well. Here comes Zachary Kubish with a sports update.
Adam Henrique is out for Game 2 as the Oilers host the Ducks tomorrow. He left early in the series opener, in the opening frame of the game after crashing into Kasperi Kapanen in their own defensive end. 4 games in the NHL tonight. All Game 2s. Montreal and Tampa Bay go toe-to-toe. Habs with a 1-0 series lead. Lightning captain Victor Hedman doubtful for return in the series. He's been out since March 19th. After that, Boston, Buffalo, they lock horns. Buffalo up 1-0. Plus, Vegas hosts Utah while Colorado battles LA. The Avs and Knights each with the lead in their respective series. To the association, a trio of Game 2s going down. 76ers, Celtics tip off at 5. Boston up in that one. Elsewhere, the Blazers and Spurs match up. Portland trailing. And for the nightcap, it's the Lakers and Rockets hitting the hardwood. LA taking Game 1. To the MLB, Toronto challenges LA in Game 2. Their 3-game series. Jays winning 5-2 last night to open things up. Patrick Corbin gets the nod for Toronto. Angels countering with Jack Kohanowitz, first pitch at 7:38. Around the majors, Reds, Rays, they hit the field. Brewers visit the Tigers. Well, the Yankees and Red Sox go head-to-head. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Their in-house team handles everything from selections to completion, keeping projects on track and on time. Visit their showroom open 7 days a week or find them at ParamountFlooring.ca. The conversation continues following the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
Oilers should prioritize Murphy over Dickinson this offseason.
Do I have to?
You can't bail on us. We got to get an answer. Mind you, like we said this morning, with McDavid taking less money, hopefully you find a way to keep both.
I mean, it's tough to see what Dickinson did, right? If I'm going to prioritize the two, it's got to be Murphy. I think you can find a Dickinson.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in-store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian-owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
Your home for great performances is
the River Cree Resort and Casino.
God, I wish I could meet somebody like you online. She's got me in the friend zone.
Don't miss Morgan Jay's musical comedy May 23rd.
9 p.m. show is sold out.
Second 6 p.m. show added. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino.
Excitement?
Bet on it.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said great job. Happy hour. Your boss said per my last email. Ugh. Emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Must you click? Click. Must you click? Click, click. Click, click, click.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. That is the world-famous Thumb Click remix as put together by Zachary Kubish, reminding you to click that thumbs up if you're watching us on YouTube this afternoon. We're half an hour into the show. We're at 65 thumbs. Our base plateau is to get to 100. Our playoff plateau is to get to 100 and quite frankly, we got over 200 yesterday, so we would love to do that again. Now, we did extend the show yesterday by half an hour, which I want to remind everybody we are going to do again tomorrow. So this show, the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, will go from 3 to 6:30 tomorrow. At 6:30 tomorrow night, Tom Gazzola will take over live from the Ice House downtown, and he'll have the GCL Diesel pregame show from 6:30 to 8. The game will start at 8, in air quotes, probably 8:22 again. And then Tom's right after the game with the post-game show. I'll join him for that. Of course, Belzy's on pre and post, Benny, and he'll probably have some special guests. We got you covered.
Can I tell you something? I love that we get to spend an extra half hour with each other on game days in the playoffs when it's an 8 o'clock start.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It makes my heart just skip a beat.
Now, you did have an interesting night last night.
Yes.
So what did you do between the end of the show and the start of the hockey game?
I didn't speed, but I got home rather efficiently. And awaiting me were my group of young athletes ready to play some flag football. We had a great first practice read.
Good.
Athletes, man. Athletes. We've got, Rosie's back there slinging the ball. Her arm looked great.
Right.
We've got some speedsters. We're young for our age group. We're a young team, but I'm telling you this right now. I'll tell you this for free. We're going to turn some heads.
Are you?
We've got athletes.
That's good.
Yeah, it was great. Good kids, worked hard. I mean, everything you could ask for out of this group. So it was a fantastic first practice. I have another practice tonight with the other team that I coach.
Oh, you're coaching 2 teams?
Yeah,
and
Reid.
you have kids on both teams?
Yes. One's not enough. One is not enough. So we got another practice tonight at 7. I can't wait. We're the Falcons. This team is the Falcons. So we're excited.
Jasmine, our EST colleague here, she's on the Hangout a couple times a week. We saw her this morning. She said ESPN had a 30% increase in viewership. I didn't see, Jasmine, let me know where you're I'm not doubting you. I just want to see that and maybe see a little bit more. I do find this a little interesting, though, with some of the American television coverage. So you heard of this gentleman named Drew Remenda?
I've heard.
So he and Randy Hahn from the Sharks broadcast team were at the game last night. And I was like, Drew, what are you guys doing here? And he's like, we're calling game 2 of the Oilers and the Ducks for TNT on Tuesday. So what ESPN and TNT have the American broadcast rights, but they're chopping up the series. So it's not like this series is on ESPN and this series is on TNT. They're going back and forth somehow, which
Really?
I personally find that strange.
Interesting.
But I guess that's what they're doing.
Now, I don't know if she's talking about hockey or basketball either. Could be basketball.
I would assume she means hockey, but if it's under 1 million, because basketball would have more than that, wouldn't it?
True. Most likely. Reid, the off-topic topic for William Huff was describe your dog as a hockey player.
Okay.
Looney Len, well, first Hampton Steve says Mike Ricci looked like a sheepdog.
Jeez.
Looney Len says, here's my explaining my dog Pepper.
Okay.
Pepper, the Weimaraner, or is it Weimaraner?
I'm not sure.
Weimaraner would be that elite, silky smooth forward that for the Edmonton Oilers. All speed, instincts, and effortless control.
Okay.
Boundless energy. She glides, reads the play before it happens, and finishes like it's inevitable. But it's her piercing, golden, amber eyes that really get you locked in. She's already knows it's a goal before anyone else does. He also sent a beautiful picture. Look at this dog, Reid.
Oh, wonderful.
Beautiful dog. Beautiful dog. Thanks for that,
I
Looney
love
Len.
dogs.
Library Pat says for the off-topic topic, in my circles in days of yore, Gary Suter.
Excellent usage of thank you.
Thank you, Library Pat. Uncle of Ryan for the youngsters, was oft referred to as Gary the dog-faced boy. That immediately came to mind when Jay made the addendum to the topic.
I'm not even sure how to...
Chet could have fun with that.
Yeah. Is Gary... Well, this isn't Chet. Just thinking like, hey, is Gary coming over? You mean Gary Anderson down the block or Gary the dog-faced boy? No, dog-faced boy. Oh.
Saskatoon Muncher, my dog would be like Bud Colson.
Bud Colson's got more bite than Gary the dog-faced boy.
Can you imagine if that was your nickname? Hey, it's Jay, the dog-faced boy Milne.
Do my friends actually like me, or I'm not sure if they do. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Jason and Leduc says, I don't have a dog, but the dog across the alley would make a great coach because it's always barking.
Oh, that's clever. Yeah. That's good stuff. Gary the dog-faced boy.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What a life you must
Probably
lead.
wanted to run away from that nickname his whole life.
Run away. You're free now, Gary.
Run off, young boy.
Poor Gary.
And he just starts morphing into a dog as he's running, and then before you know it, he's on all fours.
It's like a werewolf transformation, except even more tragic.
He's finding his true self. Goodbye, Gary.
His face isn't changing, though. Just the rest of his body to match his face. That's all. Oh, good heavens. I tell you this, we are having some good laughs today in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Head to the Canadian Brewhouse for your chance to win Oilers playoff tickets. How about this? While you're at it, enjoy an ice-cold tankard of Molson Canadian and Coors Light. See in-store for details. And remember, please drink responsibly. This is the Canadian Brewhouse studio. All right, we're having a great time, and that time will continue with one of our all-time favorite guests, Luke Gazdic from Sportsnet, when we get back.
The Oilers will be without Adam Henrique for Game 2 of their series against the Ducks, which goes tomorrow night. Henrique left in the opening frame of the series opener yesterday after crashing into Kasperi Kapanen in their own defensive end. 4 games in the NHL tonight, all Game 2s. Montreal hits the ice in Tampa Bay. Habs with 1-0 lead in that series. Lightning captain Victor Hedman doubtful for return in that one. He's been out since March 19th. Later on, Boston, Buffalo, they lock horns. The Sabres up 1-0 plus. Vegas hosts Utah while Colorado battles LA. The Avs and Golden Knights leading in their respective series. To the association, a trio of game twos on tap. 76ers, Celtics tipping off at 5 o'clock. Boston up in that one. Elsewhere, the Blazers and Spurs matchup. Portland trailing. And for the nightcap, it's the Lakers and Rockets hitting the hardwood. LA taking game one. MLB action. Toronto challenges LA in game two. Their 3-game series. Jays winning 5-2 to kick things off yesterday. Patrick Corbin on the bump for Toronto. Angels countering with Jack Kohanowitz. First pitch just after 7:30. Luke Gazdic up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
What can you say about Matt Savoy?
The kid's a player. The willingness to learn last year in Bakersfield and the patience, and it wasn't going to be an overnight thing where he was just going to come into the National Hockey League and become a top 6 player and have a big impact, learn how to play with McDavid. That took some gradual steps. Skilled guy that has found
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The Blue Jays are back for their 50th season. Whether you're swinging for the fences or tackling backyard spring projects, get the space you need with Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of the Toronto Blue Jays. Try 4 weeks free today. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Your home for great performances is
the River Cree Resort and Casino.
God, I wish I could meet somebody like you online. She's got me in the friend zone.
Don't miss Morgan Jay's musical comedy May 23rd.
9 p.m. show is sold out.
Second 6 p.m. show added. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Playoffs don't care what day it is, and neither does the Canadian Brewhouse. Monday, we're packed. Wednesday, electric. Saturday, don't even ask. The Canadian Brewhouse is here for every game, every round, every minute of overtime. From puck drop to final buzzer, we are in this with you. Book your table, find your people, get loud. Don't miss out. Every game feels like a Saturday. This is our house, the Canadian Brewhouse.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
Okay, so Jay, we're going to be able to watch some hockey during the show because Montreal, Tampa Bay is at 5, Boston, Buffalo at 5:30. Later games tonight, Utah and Vegas, Kings playing Colorado. Oilers back at it tomorrow, game 2. Another game starting after 8 o'clock, so we'll have all-day coverage here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Leading up to that one, we're going to visit the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. What am I missing here? Oh, there it is.
Hoodie, baby!
There's the hoodie on YouTube. Luke Gazdic wearing the
go.
Jason Milne Glue Crew hoodie.
That's it.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
What's up, boys? How we doing?
Woo!
Doing great, man. Doing great. It was I got to see Luke last week. He was at the Avalanche game, so we talked a little bit during that game.
Yes,
and
we
of
did.
course, he's on the show. How are you doing, buddy? Are you up late watching that game last night?
I'm up late every night watching these games. It's been good, man. It's been busy, to be honest. Like you just said, was in Edmonton doing some cool stuff. I don't know when the first one is going on. I actually just got the call yesterday that I'm going to step in at the studio. Kelly Rudy's daughter had a baby, so he's flying back out, and I'm going to step in. So I'm doing the Oiler game tomorrow night, which I'm very, very happy about.
Oh, good.
But yeah, watching hockey and taking in the playoffs. Is the NHL playoffs not the best thing in the entire world? Like,
yes, I agree.
Every single game, these guys are just fighting tooth and nail. I just feel like everything's been unreal. Finally, we got a little bit of Oiler hockey last night, and yeah, it's been a treat to watch so far.
You know, I have a buddy who is an Edmontonian. I talk about him every once in a while, but he's not a huge hockey fan. Oddly enough, he primarily likes NFL and F1, and because he's an Edmontonian, he's obviously aware of the Oilers and will put the occasional game on. And he texted me this morning. He's like, "Well, one thing about the Oilers is they're never boring." And I'm like, I didn't want to correct him, but I'm like, dude, it's the playoffs. Like, except for the first game, Minnesota-Dallas, like every game was close, like punch, counter punch, like nobody rolls over. Like, and to me, I know good teams hold on to leads, but at this time of year, you can't shame a team for losing a lead or losing momentum. Like it's just too fiery and too passionate.
Yeah, double OT in Raleigh last night. The Montreal one went to OT, and with Edmonton, like it's never a straight line, right? Like there's always some sort of adversity. I think generally teams like to go like this. Coaches like to have some sort of, up and down, where with Edmonton, it's you never know what you're getting. To be honest, I have a lot of faith in this Oiler team. I didn't think they were going to win last night. I'm just going to come out and say that. That was just a tailor-made where everybody comes back into the lineup, and they usually take a couple games to get their footing. And whether it's line combinations or even just the conditioning and the pace of the game, for someone like Jason Dickinson, I think they said he skated one time before he played last night, which is like insane to think about. Had a heck of a hockey game too. So there is always a little bit of adversity with this hockey team, but it was nice to see them get the job last done. They punched Anaheim square in the mouth in the first period. And then I feel like Anaheim ate it, came back and said, hey, we're not going to roll over that easy. It's going to be a heck of a hockey series.
I want to ask you a little bit more about Dickinson. I was sitting with Tom last night, and I said, this is what the Oilers team in the McDavid-Draisaitl era has so often been lacking, like that legit third-line center who, yes, can check and get in the way, but also can score like a skilled goal on that breakaway. And he comes across as extremely well-spoken and intelligent in his interviews as well, which maybe fans don't care about as much, but as a media guy, I care about that. Like, there's a real opportunity for him, I think, to shine in this postseason.
Couldn't agree more. Like, I think people may forget this guy's a first-round draft pick by the Jim Nill. And Jim Nill doesn't miss a lot, if ever, right? Like this guy drafts better than maybe anybody in hockey. And I just think the skating ability, the job he can do in the faceoff circle. And I've said this before, like now, especially at home, and I'm super curious to see the deployment that they do going into game 2. But now moving forward, when you have last change, you can have him in a checking role to let McDavid and Draisaitl go out there and play offensive hockey. It was mostly the Karlsson line. So Connor was 2013 at even strength. It was the Lacombe and Karlsson pair, 11-22 and 10-15 versus them. And then Karlsson was just under 7 minutes. So it still seemed to be top for top. I'm going to watch this battle very closely to see how they continue to manage it. Gudas was the one that didn't play against Connor at all. 48 seconds. He didn't play a shift, I think, after he fell. Like that's the matchups you're going to see, right? So as soon as the Gudas pair goes out there, you'll see Knobloch try to get the McDavid line out there and then maybe have Dickinson to go back against the Karlsson Terry line. So it's a little bit of gamesmanship, and Dickinson's just brought a whole other element to this that they can have in there matchup wise.
Luke Gazdic joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show, courtesy of the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. Luke, I want to get your assessment of the third period last night, specifically from the perspective of the Anaheim Ducks. I was texting with Reid last night, and I said, playing prevent D prevents you from what? And it just seems like what is going through, why would a team that took control of the game in the second period come out and just sit back and allow the Oilers to start wheeling?
For someone that has Jay Woodcroft behind their bench too, you should know better, right? I think this is the team that never is out of the fight. And I think if you're a Ducks team, you cannot ever sit back. You can't. You just can't, because you know that their best hockey is coming in the third period. Listen, this is roles reversed. This is 2017 Ducks Oilers with the two teams flipped in positions. And you're looking at a team that is starting to gain some experience. I actually love the way Friedge put it last night on the broadcast, if anyone was watching, but this is house money for the Ducks. This playoff run is essentially house money for them. The hardest thing they're going to have to learn here is closing out hockey games. And this is a free lesson for them. And I think they will go back to the drawing board. John Quenneville's a smart guy. I didn't mean to take a shot at Woody there if it sounded like it. He's a smart dude, and he knows this team very well. So I would expect some adjustments to be made heading into game 2 here.
And, today at the team hotel, what are the Anaheim Ducks thinking? I mean, what are the vibes like for that team as they go for a team meal tonight?
That's a great question. And I was thinking about something similar to this, because as we talk about them being a young, inexperienced team, I also go up and down their roster and see that they have a couple really good vets that have won before. John Carlson has a Stanley Cup. Alex Killorn has 2, I believe. I just mentioned Gudas. You have a ton of guys that are playing their first playoff games, but you'll also have a ton of guys that have been there and done that before. And call it dinner tonight, call it video sessions, whatever. If the guys are playing cards tonight, whatever it is, that leadership group are the ones that I would imagine the young kids are feeding off of and are listening to their experiences and how they see the game. So I would expect not just the coaching staff, but I would expect this veteran core there and the couple that they do have to be kind of leading the way here off the ice.
Luke Gazdic joining us on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. I know we're talking about him a lot, but I have to get your thoughts on Connor Ingram. The saves. Yeah.
Sorry I cut you off. It's just it's a good story already, and it has the potential to be something incredibly special. Someone said it to me as I was in Edmonton on whatever date it was, whenever I saw you, Monday or Tuesday. Oh, I watched practice on Tuesday. That's what it was. And I was standing out there, and someone came up to me and said, "Does this not give you Dwayne Rolison in 2006 vibes with Ingram?" And I was like, well, not really. It's not, I don't think the exact same, but I think you can draw some parallels and a guy that has the potential to go on an absolute heater here. The thing for me with Connor is Ingram, is we continually talk about, if they just get the saves and all he's got to do is make the saves that he's supposed to make. But along the way here, they're going to need him a couple nights to steal a couple for them. And you go on the road and whatever series it's in, you can't look too far ahead, but even saying go down to Anaheim and they could get played right out of the building. Sometimes you need your goalie to stand on his head, and I'm waiting for that to happen. I'm waiting for one of those nights where he's going to be the guy that they don't win that hockey game without. I think they have a lot of confidence in him, and as I said at the beginning, this has the potential to be, already is, but has the potential to be a very cool story. The only player in the history of hockey to be named for the Masterton Trophy twice, 2 different teams. So he's battled through a lot in his career, and we could see something special here.
Yeah, I think, again, we saw last night, and oddly enough, the Troy Terry power play shot is the type of goal he usually doesn't let in, but another shot like that doesn't go in. He might get beat clean with a wrister or a good shot, maybe once in a game, but it doesn't add up. And then I rewatched part of the game when I got home last night, and I watched more highlights today, the save on Seneca. 20 seconds later, they score. Leo Carlson, incredible night. Shot on a 2-on-1. Just gets the shoulder up.
He's a special player, by the way, isn't he?
Yeah,
Leo
he's
Carlson.
awesome.
Oh, my goodness. Does he ever move very silky out there. And this Beckett Seneca, I don't think anyone, including himself, expected how good he was going to be. These kids are walking into the league and making an absolute mockery of the NHL at like 19 years old. Him and Porter Martone out in the Eastern Conference with Philly has just stepped in seamlessly. And I mean, the future's bright for this Ducks team. Like, starting with Carlson, he is incredibly fun to watch. And you're right. Ingram's going to make that first. He might make the second, but even Troy Terry, man, first playoff game. I spent his first 2 years probably spent with Troy Terry. It's very cool to see now 10 years later him getting some playoff experience. I don't know if you guys saw the stat. He was the only player in the NHL without a hit until I think it was 70.
Oh, we talked about yesterday. I was stunned. He wound up with 2 hits.
I said to my producer today, we're going to the show tomorrow, I said, that's not a good thing. He's like, absolutely not. That is not a good stat to have. But yeah, that top line has potential to be a problem, and Ingram solved them a couple times.
At this time of year, there's always a lot of talk about the hype in the city, the excitement in the city. One of the things that we were talking about was what song they were going to play before Enter Sandman. It was Welcome to the Jungle last year. It was Higher by Creed last night, which I found a little surprising. How, like, the players, of course, understand what's going on in the city, and they hear the honking, and I don't know how much they can go out in public. How aware are the players of the pregame presentation, and do they really get swept up in the anthem, or are they in their own zone? Like, take us through that 10 minutes, question. The skating out and all that.
I think everybody's different. I think someone like 97, I don't think has a clue what's going on. I think you could ask him. I don't even know if he would know it's Enter Sandman. Like, if you were like, do you know the song, that our last song before we skate on? Because I just think he's in such a different bubble mentally of where he's at in that point of the game. I was completely different. I loved the music. I had to absorb the energy. It wasn't like I couldn't make my own energy for myself, but I used to absorb the energy from the crowd. And I love music. Like, you guys have talked about it before. I'm a big music guy. So any hard rock stuff like that, like, I would be vibing and getting fired up to a lot of that stuff. I listened to a lot of hard heavy metal in my headphones before as I was warming up. So I would be completely in tune with it, but I can guarantee you there's some guys who don't have a clue. They won't remember one song that was played, whether it was pregame or during the game or whatever it is, where I'd probably give you the whole set list.
Well, everybody over the years has always said it's Darnell Nurse handles the music in the dressing room. Like,
it's a hard job.
Totally in charge of it.
Thankless job, because everybody chirps you nonstop all the time, because you cannot please 20 guys. You cannot please 20 guys. You put on a song, someone's going to love it. There's just like the internet, right? It's like Twitter. Like, you could put out the most undebatable thing, the sky is blue, and someone's like, no, it's not. Like, with music, it's a tough job, and someone's got to do it. I used to love DJing, but it just, like I said, you just get it's relentless. You just get ruthlessly chirped.
Okay, Luke Gazdic has control of the aux cord, heading into game 2, Oilers dressing room. You only get one song. What is the song you're putting on?
Oh, man. Probably like something by Avicii. I don't know if you guys know who Avicii is. DJ, rest in peace. But Avicii is like a universal DJ that I would guarantee that all the boys would get fired up at, whether it's like Levels or something like that. Like Avicii Levels. I don't know if you guys know this tune, but that's a big song. I'll go with that. I'll go with Levels.
I'll stream it tonight, because like
Levels.
You've lost me. I've probably heard it, but I don't know what it is. Yeah. And Luke's like, Reid doesn't know something. Imagine that.
Well, I was dying you guys talking about neon earlier. I saw some of the neon clips at the building. I was just assuming. I'm like, I bet you Reid's going to probably talk about this, and he doesn't have a clue who Neon is. No. I don't really. I don't watch streamers, but I certainly know some pop culture, and I know who Neon is. So I was listening to you guys earlier, just having Krubs describe to you what he does and who he is.
Yeah. I'm very predictable. All right.
It's okay. You don't need to. It is what it is,
Yeah, it's fine. All right, Luke, we love having you. So next week you'll be on the morning show, but of course we'll see you on Sportsnet, Hockey Night in Canada, all the broadcasts before and after and during mini games. So we look forward to that. Thank you so much for your time, buddy.
Appreciate you guys. Talk soon.
Luke Gazdic, member of the Glue Crew. Woo!
What a sweatshirt.
Yeah, look at
There
that.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's flashing us one more time here as he signs off. He's proud of that thing.
Yeah,
why wouldn't he be?
His Christmas card just got a little thicker, Reid.
Oh, jeez. Well, that's good. 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino, you want to check out their mobile app. It's free to download. Get exclusive offers and promotions. Get show tickets. Make reservations for hotel rooms and restaurants. Safe, secure, and easy to use. Like, it is interesting. We've talked about this a lot, but I enjoy it because it's part of that mental preparation, feeling good, confidence, swagger, whatever you want to call it. I think he's right. Some players might maybe wouldn't be able to describe the environment in that much detail. Oh, it's loud. The fans are passionate. Oh yeah. What was the song? When did Clark hand it over to the crowd in the anthem? Whereas, at some point, I don't know, I heard the crowd singing, whereas other guys would be like, oh, yeah, right then.
Right.
And I looked up and I saw this family sing together, and I thought that was cool. Ingram's comment about Mullet Arena was pretty cool. I think Dickinson said, he was told you wait till you're there for the anthem by somebody else. But it's whatever a player needs to get ready, and some players just need to block everything out.
Yep.
Or they just don't take it in, but other guys are like, yeah, I'm here. Like, here we go. Let's get pumped up. It's fun hearing that kind of stuff.
Well, and it's like even in your life, Coob's life, our listeners' lives, some people like to listen to music in their cars. Some people don't. Some people like to have something in their ears when they run. Some don't.
I do not.
To each their own.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
Luke's great.
Yeah, we love having Luke. 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. Post in the Nasty Chat. That's the chat stream going on YouTube. And if you are on YouTube or if you have time to jump in there for a second or two, click the thumbs up button. We're at 88 thumbs already. Let's hit 100 quickly and then build towards 155. And then maybe, hopefully, another 200 thumb.
Oh, we're getting there, baby.
So let's get in there and click. Please do not wait. Okay, we got Jay's Play of the Day coming up. Belzy's going to join us at about 4:20. Here's the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
I'm pretty bullish on the Oilers, guys.
Jeez, I knew you were hopping on board here, but after one game, look at this guy.
But you know what? I told you, I don't know whether I just got mesmerized by McDavid's last interview, but I just look at this guy, knowing what he's been through, know how badly he wants to win. I cannot envision him not getting it done.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Wholesat, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Worksite ready, Western tough. Lamley's Workwear is calling all tradespeople, oil and gas crews, construction workers, farmers, and hard-working Canadians. Built for the job with quality craftsmanship, job site protection, and cowboy-worthy durability. Trusted brands like Airy at Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed for performance and all-day comfort on the toughest sites. No matter the season, Lamley's has the workwear you need. Shop the full range now at lamleys.com/work.
LAMMLES.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean?
For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
After leaving early in the first period of last night's series opener against the Ducks, Edmonton's Adam Henrique will not suit up in Game 2 tomorrow night. Henrique crashed into Kasperi Kapanen, playing under 3 minutes in the game before heading down the tunnel. It's a quadruple header in the NHL. Game 2, Montreal hits the ice in Tampa Bay. Habs up 1-0 in the series. Lightning captain Victor Hedman doubtful for a return in the best of 7. He's been out since March 19th. Later on, Boston Buffalo Lockhorns. Buffalo up 1-0. Plus, Vegas hosts Utah while Colorado battles LA. It's the Avs and Golden Knights leading in their respective series. Over to the NBA, a trio of Game 2s go down. 76ers Celtics tipping off at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, Boston up in that one. Elsewhere, the Blazers and Spurs matchup, Portland trailing, and for the nightcap, the Lakers and Rockets hit the hardwood. LA taking Game 1. MLB action, Toronto challenges LA in Game 2, their 3-game series. Jays winning 5-2 to kick things off yesterday. Patrick Corbin gets the nod for TO. Angels countering with Jack Kohanowitz. First pitch just after 7:30. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The middle frame of the Reid Wilkins Show kicks off right now.
I've got something under my skin, and the itch won't go away. It's my original sin.
Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Talking about that playoff vibe, here's the Nuge.
Definitely, especially the first game, starting at home. You feel the energy in warm-up, and then kind of the anthem really kind of gets you going. And still, I mean, you play, like you said, so many games in front of them. You still get a little nervous, and just starting the playoffs, and definitely that excitement level just immediately rises when you start hearing them.
All right, going to be wild again tomorrow. Game 2 between the Oilers and the Ducks. I was just thinking, I don't think in the McDavid-Draisaitl era have the Oilers ever led a series 2-0. Yes, Anaheim in 2017. And they lost in 7. They won the first 2 games on the road.
That's right.
I don't think, because they haven't swept anybody. They won a couple series. Oh, did they lead Vegas 2-0 last year? They did. They did, right, Coob? They led Vegas 2-0, and then Vegas won. Remember, Vegas scored with less than a second left? Okay, so a couple times it's happened. But so often they've lost game 1. that they didn't even have the chance to go up 2-0.
Yeah, Anaheim in 2017.
They led that 2-0. Then they weren't in the playoffs till they lost Chicago. They lost to Winnipeg. The 4 series against LA, they were never up.
Yeah, Vegas
last year. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So that'd be all right. Yeah, Big U 5-4 in their last 9 game ones. But I think until last year they were something like 9 of 11 series they'd lost game 1 or something like that. All right, plenty to talk about today. You can get in touch 780-218-9999 River Cree Resort and Casino inbox.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
is presented by Play Alberta. Gaming made easy anytime, anywhere. With Play Alberta, you have a full casino experience right at your fingertips, so you can play from your phone, tablet, computer, whenever, wherever works for you. Download the Play Alberta app or go to playalberta.ca. Play smart, play local, and always use your game sense.
Well, missed last night. It was a Hyman goal. And the Oilers to win by 2. So I guess that guy that tweeted at me was right.
Yeah, you were so silly to pick a
idiot.
Nobody wins by 2 goals in the NHL.
What a loser. I feel really good about this one, Reid. And you know what makes me feel even better? Is when you come up to me unprovoked and say, I'm on your play of the day.
I did today, yes.
That gives me warm, fuzzy feelings inside when the one and only Reid Wilkins is supporting my play of the day. Look, I think Buffalo broke the spirit and the will of the Boston Bruins with that comeback in game 1. So I've got Buffalo on the money line, and I did something interesting with Utah. I think Utah can win this game. I do. However, if it is a tight game, I covered my rear end.
Your buttocks
a wee bit. So I've got Buffalo Sabres money line and Utah Mammoth plus 1.5. So Utah can lose by 1, and this would still cash.
Did they lose by 1 in game 1, or was there an empty netter? Might have been an empty.
It was a 4-2 score.
Yeah,
4-2.
But it was a close game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a close game. You're right. So Buffalo Sabres money line, Utah Mammoth plus 1.5. That has been boosted to plus 157. So head on over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials. You'll see that as well as a plethora of other choices, or download the new Play Alberta app. And Reid, always remember to use your game sense.
It's Jay, it's Play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's Play of the Day. It's Jay's Play of the Day. Jay's Play of the Day.
And of course, presented by Play Alberta. Oh, we are over 100 thumbs on YouTube. Paul Stanley is thrilled, but we're not done clicking. Again, we want to try to get to 100 and then maybe even to 200, but let's get to 155 first as our next plateau. I think it's very achievable.
Hello. We need a 200 soundbite. What could that be?
Well, we'll have to get one.
Because, 155, that just makes sense. That's automatic.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll figure this out.
Crepe says, fine, I'm in, but blaming Reid if it doesn't hit. Do you notice the...
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah. Great guy.
I think that's common. Like that probably has happened to you your whole
that
life.
is a common misspelling of my first name, R-I-E-D.
Well, in German, if it's I-E, it's said Reid.
Right.
I-E, if it's E-I, it would be ride. Like in German translation when you're looking at German words. So maybe that's where that's from.
Maybe. I do get that a lot. But I've said that to people. Like I've said, why did you spell it that way? And they said, well, I before E except after C. Yes, and in my name. And probably some other words you could think of as well.
If somebody came up, I'd say fair point. You're on to something.
Maybe I should change it.
I think you should.
I should change it to like really some obnoxious spelling, like R.
No, just R-E-A-D.
Or just like read a book. Yeah.
It would go well with the bookbinder.
It really would. A big Ukes on the train now as well.
Oh, let's see how many different ways we can spell Reid.
Another off-topic topic. How many different ways can you misspell my name but still realize that it says Reid?
R-H-E-E-D?
Oh, that'd be a good one. I like that one.
R-H-E-E-D.
R-H-E-A-U-D? No, that wouldn't work.
R-H-E-E-D-E?
Yes. Oh, put an E on the end.
Put an E on the end.
Yeah, for sure.
In any form.
for sure. Oh, my goodness. Shawn Belle's coming up in about 7 or 8 minutes. We do have the Oil Understood presented by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. All right. Good win for the Oilers. I would think, though, Jay, in my mind, perhaps a couple of the Oilers' higher-end players were not as close to what I'm trying to put this as politely as possible because they did win. They're all trying. I thought a couple of the Oilers' better players were not as close to their usual level of performance as I would have expected.
Okay, I can imagine that you're going to say Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. I agree with you on one.
I was going to say McDavid and Bush, actually.
Oh, McDavid and Bush.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with you on both. Yeah, now here's the question. Was that I know it was an off night for McDavid, but is that part of Anaheim's game plan?
I think they really focused on trying to get on him on the rush.
Disrupt him, get him out of his rhythm.
Like just have guys going at him, try to box him in. I just wonder how long that can work because, I usually bring this up. Rob Brown used to tell a story about Jaromir Jagr.
Okay.
That Jagr said, if I'm double teamed, don't come and help me. Like usually it's okay, puck support, go to the guy, create a short little pass to keep the forecheck alive. Jagr would say, do not help me.
Sure.
I'm actually trying to draw a second guy to me. Because Jagr was good at kind of the Draisaitl thing.
Yeah.
Shield his puck, stick his butt out, guys trying to get him, and another guy comes in, okay, I'll go knock the puck away. Jagr was like, do not come and help me. I want the second guy to come to me, and then I'm gonna find you. And I wonder if off the rush, McDavid can figure out something like that.
Well, yeah, I would imagine if Anaheim comes out with that game plan again, Connor McDavid's simply too smart of a hockey player not to adjust and find ways to make it work. I mean, I saw a couple different instances where he was flying into guys that were covering him because he's trying to get off him. He was body checking players on the penalty kill to try to get away from them so he could spring loose.
Yeah.
I've not seen that approach. I don't think that's sustainable if you're the Anaheim Ducks.
Well, they'll have to adjust too. But they did a good job. I mean, I said to Tom last night, did McDavid set anybody up for a grade A scoring chance 5-on-5? I don't know if he did.
Yeah, I was listening to that. By the way, fantastic post-game show. That was great. It was a
lot of fun.
Pretty hopping in the old ice house.
It was good.
But did he? I don't recall that he did read. But here's the thing. What a great problem to have if you're the Edmonton Oilers and Connor McDavid had an off night.
Other guys actually scored.
And Kapanen poured into Dickinson 2 goals.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Because Connor McDavid ain't going anywhere.
No.
And in fact, this text came in, and I know the gist of where you're going with this. It's an unnamed texter, a 250 number. How many points is McDavid going to have tomorrow night? Over under 3 points. I'd be smashing the over on that.
Yeah.
You can't keep him quiet all that long.
Yeah, and you would think Draisaitl looked a little rusty to me. He even mentioned it in his post game. I mean, he didn't cash a couple one-timers. You expect him to at least hit the net on the power play. Didn't he take 30 faceoffs though? So he was still out there doing his job. I thought, Bouchard had the play where he missed the puck, helped Anaheim score a goal. I thought he had some flub passes. I thought a lot of Oilers, quite frankly, especially in the second period and a bit in the third, just had flub passes. Like there was a lot of fans or they got 70% of the puck. And now Anaheim was guilty of that too. I thought at times it was a very sloppy game. I mean, I didn't think Anaheim played clean either. But Edmonton struggled. But I didn't think McDavid had a game that you usually expect from him. I didn't think Bouchard had a game that you usually expect from him, but they won. And it wasn't, luckily they had some, not luckily. I mean, they got the roster they have for a reason. They've brought these guys in. Kapanen's 2 goals, Dickinson's 2 goals, Dickinson's energy. And like Dickinson is one of those guys, like he's like a hockey player's hockey player. Like what do you need? He's kind of one of those, and I always like these styles of players. What do you need done today, coach?
Yep.
I mean, of course he does certain things that aren't the sexiest things, but as he proved last night, he can also put the puck in the net or be in the right place at the right time. So yeah, good they got the. How many times have they won without? What's the thing you had?
Right. So I wanted to know what the Oilers look like when Connor McDavid is held pointless. So 23 postseason contests.
Okay.
That Connor McDavid,
including last night,
was held without a point. And I thought this was rather encouraging. If you're an Oilers fan, you should be surprised, I would say, with this number. They're 7-16 in those 23 postseason contests.
When McDavid doesn't get a point.
Yeah, I mean, they're almost winning 50% of those games.
Well,
a third.
Really. A third.
So, but I would have thought it would be dramatic, like more.
Well, you asked me this morning, didn't I say 4-19 or something like that? So, but it was an entertaining game.
Oh,
I mean, exciting! This game-winning goal in the last 2 minutes,
up and down,
I mean,
tale of
punch,
three
counter
periods.
punch, which is great. I mean, from if you were as we often say, if you're a neutral viewer in Newfoundland, you probably stayed up till 3 a.m. to watch the whole game.
If you were a neutral viewer and you only watched the first period, you'd think, "Wow, the Oilers are a wagon." Oh my word,
well,
they're going to win the cup.
Perfect first period.
But if you were also just to tune in for the second period, you think, "Oh, the Oilers
here are the upstart really Anaheim Ducks
falling off. These Ducks must
young,
be
energetic guys.
Be the real deal."
Tell you what, we're going to talk about this and a whole bunch more with our colleague Shawn Belle coming up after this sports update from the Coop.
Henrique has been ruled out for Game 2 as the Oilers take on the Ducks tomorrow. He left early in the opening frame, playing under 3 minutes after he crashed into Kasperi Kapanen in their own defensive end. 4 games in the NHL tonight. All Game 2s. Montreal and Tampa go toe-to-toe. Habs with a 1-0 lead in the series. Lightning captain Victor Hedman doubtful for a return in the best of 7. He's been out since March 19th. After that, Buffalo, Boston, Lockhorns. Buffalo up 1-0. Plus Vegas hosts Utah while Colorado battles LA. The Avs and Golden Knights with the lead in their respective series. NBA playoff action, trio of Game 2s going down. 76ers, Celtics tipping off at 5. Boston up in that one. Elsewhere, the Blazers and Spurs matchup. Portland trailing. And for the nightcap, Lakers, Rockets, they hit the hardwood. LA taking Game 1. MLB action, Toronto challenges LA. Game 2, their 3-game series. Jays winning 5-2 yesterday to kick things off. Patrick Corbin gets a nod for Toronto. Angels countering with Jack Kohanowitz. First pitch just after 7:30. Former Oiler friend of EST and the very own, the one and only Shawn Belle up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Darren Dreger. We can debate the year that the Oilers have had, but you do have to pay respect to the last 2 seasons and the marathon of success. And that's the way I'd be approaching it if I'm the Anaheim Ducks, and I don't think that they won't look at it that way. Edmonton should prevail, but I have a feeling that this series is going to be a little bit closer than most expect.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
All right, 4 hockey games coming up tonight. Blue Jays are on the West Coast playing the Angels. I would not get into what I think Vladdy homered last night. Hoffman actually saved a game.
Say what?
Nice to see. I believe in the ninth. I think he gave up a hit, but I think he struck out. All the outs were by strikeout. He fanned him. He mowed him down, as they like to say. So anyway, NBA playoffs going on. The Raptors are off today, right, Coop? They're not. Are they down?
They don't play until Thursday.
They're down 2-0 now.
Yeah.
All right, so they did come home and get a win. Fun time of year for sports, and always fun to talk to this gentleman. Of course, you get him on Hello Hockey. You get him on Oil Stream pre and post. You get him on this show once a week. You get him on the Hangout. And wherever else Edmonton Sports Talk needs him, our expert analyst and valued friend, Shawn Belle, checking in on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Hello, Bellsy.
Hi, guys. Let me fix my camera here because that doesn't look normal at all.
You're just slightly off center.
Like,
that's
what's
okay.
going on here? Like, get this thing sorted out.
Let me fix it, Bellsy. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Can do something on
I'm
his.
sliding all over the place, and you're just sitting back with your fingers on the mouse watching me do it?
Yeah. He's eating.
Exactly.
He's having cottage cheese.
Fix me.
He's got a 4-liter vat.
He eats so much cottage cheese. All right, here's the question then that just popped into my head. Now, I know you told the story about that German food, I think early on in the show's history, but what's the oddest or most unusual food that you saw a teammate regularly consume? Where you'd be like, dude, how do you eat that every day?
That's a tough question.
I know I just came up with this on the spot. I'm sorry.
I've had a lot of teammates in my life. This one's going to actually be very hard. I'm going to give you a really bad answer because, like, I don't know. I can't even go back that far. But I don't know. It's just, to me, I'm not an egg salad guy. I don't know why, and I know there's a lot of people out there that really enjoy an egg salad sandwich, so I'm not going to try to chirp them. It's just not for me. To me, it's one of those things where I'm like, man, like, why are you doing that? Like, you're planning on giving your wife a rough time later.
It can stink. Yeah. Coming in and going out.
Yeah. So you're just planning on giving your wife a tough time later. So that's all you're doing when you have that. So
I got to say that this is somewhat food. Sorry, Bellsy, I'm meandering already.
No, this is good.
So last night we're waiting by Ingram's stall for him to come out and do post, and that's the side of the dressing room where there's an opening, but it goes to the players' lounge and the showers are back there, and there's this tray with all their post-game drinks on it, and it's like this variety of slushies and smoothies of like a variety of colors, because now it's all, and I think you would have been in this era a little bit, Bellsy, maybe not as hardcore as it is now, but like, God forbid, like you have a beer after the game, and like even just having some water isn't good enough. Like it has to be some purplish green concoction with some moonberry in it, so you know you're recharging right away.
I agree. I feel like it's gone a little bit too far. I mean, if you really think about the concept of a beer, take the alcohol out and you have like a wheat beer, like you're replacing everything you need right there. So it's just one of those things. Actually, that's one of the things I learned in Germany, because guys were always crushing non-alcoholic beers after like practices and stuff like that. I'm like, what are you guys doing? You're like, well, it's actually, you're replacing a lot of your carbs and it's good for you. I'm like, well, okay, sure. I mean, it's got 3 in Germany. It's like the purity law, so you only can have 3 ingredients. So I'm like, I guess so. It's water. It's golden. It's like a blonde roast.
There There it is. All right.
It's like a coffee.
Yeah, it's like a nice coffee. Shawn Belle joining us on the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. All right, I'll get back on topic here a little bit. What did the Anaheim Ducks do against Connor McDavid last night? And can they keep doing it to the extent that they hold him off the score sheet?
They did a very good job of playing above him all the time. The plays that are vivid in my mind are when he's like off the breakout, on the power play breakout, the tap back happens, he comes flying up the ice. He's trying to get that middle entry, but they do a really good job of being above. And then as he's working his way through, the middle of the ice, all of a sudden now they've got four guys, right around him, and they've got really good sticks, and they're trying to play physical on him, and they're just trying to get a piece. To me, that's what they did extremely well. I do think that Connor probably caused a little bit of them on himself, purely because he was trying to just overhandle it instead of just moving it to a certain spot and then working to get back open and then attacking from there. So I think it was a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. A little bit too much overhandling, but at the same time, like the Ducks just did a really good job of clogging up the middle, had good sticks, played above him, didn't really give him a whole lot of time and space. So can they do that for the next whatever amount of games? I don't know. Like, how many times have we seen in the last couple of years Connor really truly have an off night to the extent he did last night? And he was still flying around the ice. So he had chances, but he had a couple turnovers here and there, but I just don't think you can contain him.
I just wonder too, I was talking in the last segment here with Jay that a lot of the good players, they love being double teamed. Like their attitude is come get me, because I'll find the open guy. Like, do you think there's a little of that it's like, okay, fine, try to do that to him, but eventually he's going to figure out how to get the puck to the open man.
Yeah, like he's always done a really good job of that. He's always been able to, bring a couple players to him and then move pucks with guys that are wide open. Just last night, it was just like one or two extra stick handles that he probably didn't need to do. Like he could have, set that up a little bit earlier where as soon as he gets to the blue line, he moves that puck to Draisaitl and then he just uses speed to try to get open, I guess low. Change up the way that you're trying to do things. Maybe it's a wide attack as opposed to always going through the middle of their 1-3 on the kill and trying to dance through all their sticks. Like Anaheim did a pretty good job of having sticks in the lane. So, as much as we sit here and we praise Connor for being all world, like there's still NHL players on the other team and they're not just going to give you anything for free. So, it's a little bit of Connor, just simplify it just a tad, try some different things and stop going to the well that keeps, that is dry essentially.
Shawn Belle joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. How can, I guess I just want your insight. How can a team go from such a dominating period in the first period, that team being the Edmonton Oilers, to coming out in the second period and looking as sloppy and disengaged as they were? How does that happen?
Complacency. That's how it happens. I mean, it's just an attitude sometimes where, like, I think everybody, because I sat in the seats yesterday, and I think when the Oilers went up 2-0 and how loud that building was, you had this vibe, and you're sitting back, you're like, man, this game might be 10-0. That's how dominant that first period was, in my opinion. But as soon as they went up 2-0, like, you could kind of see, like, they pulled the foot off the gas ever so slightly. Then the break happens, and then they come out, and they're still in that mode of like, well, we just ran over the Anaheim Ducks. Like, they're inexperienced. What left do they have? They probably think it's not, going to go well for them. But Anaheim's got some guys that have gone the distance and trying to figure out. They've got some playoff experience and they've got good vets. It's one of those things where they just. They kept going, and I think that the complacency hurt them, and the Oilers had to shake that off quickly. And once they got back into playing their game, they took over the game again.
I'm going to shift gears here towards what was, it's been the most talked about position in Edmonton for the last however many years, and that's in goal. Tell me what you thought about Connor Ingram's performance last night.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought he made some big saves, some timely saves. To me, he just looks extremely calm, cool, and collected in the net. And when you're sitting there, there's been times in the last couple of years where, pucks get to the net and you're like, oh man, that almost went in. Or, the goaltender's fighting a little bit too hard to make that particular save. I don't know if there was a time where I saw a shot from the Ducks hit Ingram and I go, he's having a tough time. Everything was just absorbed. There was barely any rebounds. If there was, it was swallowed up quickly. He was able to get it, or it was redirected to the corner. He's playing solid goaltending, and he's giving the Oilers that opportunity, because I'm not trying to rip on the other goaltenders that have been here in the city, but you can't say that some of those shots that were taken yesterday, it's maybe not a 2-goal, 3-goal lead for Anaheim, after the second period, because there has been a lot of weak goals. There has been stuff where guys are like, oh, I kind of want that one back. And it's a bit of a backbreaker to your team. So when you make that mistake and it doesn't end up in the back of your net, well, you play a little bit more free. And it's not to say that they're playing, carefree, but they're playing a little bit looser because they know that they have a guy back there that can make a save.
All right, let's just flip it a little bit. If you're Joe Quenneville, what are you focusing on today and then pregame tomorrow? What message, are you trying to say, hey, guys, look how close it was and we lost 2 of the 3 periods, or are you focusing on tactics? How would you approach this from a Ducks perspective?
Well, I just think that you've got to say, what did you do well in the second period? And, we had that game. 3-2 games you should have in the NHL for the most part. And I understand that, the Oilers are the Oilers, and they've got Connor and Leon, and they have the ability to strike quick, but you have the lead going into the third period. So if you're the Anaheim Ducks, you say, okay, well, we always have to weather the storm. They're going to come out hard. The fans are going to be crazy. If we can get through that and we can keep them to the outside and not give them, easy entries, or not give them opportunities at the net and grade A scoring opportunities, when we stay in this game, we can go get our 1 or 2, because you saw they can put the puck in the net just as well as the Oilers can. And they have some guys that are elite shooters. So if you can keep that game close, you never know what can happen. And I think that's kind of the mentality of the Anaheim Ducks.
Bellsy, great observations, as always. Great stories, as always. I will see you. Are you here tomorrow morning?
I'll be there tomorrow morning.
Oh, I might see you tomorrow morning, but if not, I'll certainly see you at the Ice House for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Really appreciate it, buddy.
Beautiful. Always a pleasure, boys.
Shawn Belle checking in. Of course, former NHL defenseman, Edmontonian, and one of our great colleagues here at EST. Yeah, I wonder... I wonder what Quenneville said after each period. And then I wonder, what he's saying to them today. Because for the most part, they are young. There are veteran guys. Or I wonder how much he's letting the veterans handle the messaging. I wonder how much is a tactical discussion. I wonder how much is... I'm thinking after the first period. I don't know if Quenneville would go in there and scream at them, but I would certainly think there would have been okay, guys, you got a period under your belt now.
Yeah, welcome.
If you keep playing like that, this will be a 12-period series.
Yeah.
I'm sure the players realize that, but as a coach, I would think you have to reinforce the message.
Yeah, it's not foreign to him, the age of some of these players, especially as superstars. But I would imagine, Reid, the conversation today is, look at what you did. You had that team on their heels for an entire period, and you let them off the hook.
Right.
Seriously, you have to take the positives from that if you're Anaheim, and maybe say, hey, shape up rest of team other than line 1 with Kreider, Karlsson, and Terry, because they accumulated over half.
Well, I still think that was
shots.
I still think that line did most of the heavy lifting,
sure,
offensively. So
Leo Karlsson had 10 shots, Reid.
Yeah,
out of 28.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe send a message to the rest of the forward group. Say, hey, playoffs started last night. There's another game tomorrow. Would you care to show up?
Right.
Politely. Or maybe not.
We're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Turn up the heat this April at the Canadian Brewhouse with our wing flavor of the month, spicy sriracha maple bacon, sweet and spicy sriracha maple bacon, saucy wings for the perfect balance of heat, sweetness, and savory flavor. Get them for only a limited time. All right, we're going to get to some audio from today from Nugent Hopkins and Knobloch and a little bit from Dickinson. I want to talk about the goals the Oilers scored in the third period last night and maybe what the Ducks didn't do, because I do think that was more evidence of their poor defending. I mean, They weren't a great defensive team throughout the course of the regular season. You can continue to get in touch by texting the afternoon inbox, 780-218-9999. River Cree Resort and Casino has the Tap 25 happy hour, $5.25 drinks, all beers, including bottled, draft, import, domestic, select premium well highballs, and select premium wine, served at Tap 25, Center Bar, Onyx, and on the casino floor. Available Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Again, that's 780-218-9999. Okay, here comes the Coop.
Adam Henrique will miss Game 2 as the Oilers take on the Ducks tomorrow. He left early in the series opener, playing under 3 minutes in the game. He went down the tunnel after crashing into Kasperi Kapanen in their own defensive end. It's a quadruple header in the NHL tonight. All Game 2's Montreal is out in Tampa Bay facing off against the Lightning. Habs with a 1-0 lead in that one, and Victor Hedman is doubtful for Tampa to return in the series. He's been sidelined since March 19th. After that, Boston, Buffalo, Lockhorn, Sabres up 1-0. Vegas hosts Utah while Colorado battles LA. The Avalanche and Knights with the lead in their respective series. To the association, trio of Game 2, 76ers, Celtics tipping off at 5. Boston up in that one. Elsewhere, the Blazers and Spurs match up Portland trailing. And for the nightcap, it's the Lakers and Rockets on the hardwood. LA taking Game 1. For the Jays, they challenge LA in Game 2, their 3-game series. Jays winning 5-2 to kick things off yesterday. Patrick Corbin on the bump for Toronto. Angels countering with Jack Kohanowitz. First pitch just after 7:30. Around the majors, the Reds, Rays, they hit the field. Brewers visit the Tigers, while the Yankees and Red Sox go at it. All those games live. Astros trailing. Guardians bottom second, top of the first. Reds, Rays runless. The Brewers, Tigers have that same score, both previous 2 games mentioned in the top of the first. This sports update is brought to you by the Ranch Golf Club. The Ranch Golf Club delivers premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value every round. It's why they're Alberta's top choice for corporate golf events. Visit theranchgolf.com to find out more. The Reid Wilkins Show returns after a brief pause. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Are we surprised that Pitt is down 2-0 to Philly?
A little bit.
Can I say one thing, though?
Please do.
Because I know the Skinner haters are probably out in full force. That game was 2-0 for the majority thanks to Stuart Skinner. He stopped the 2-0 shorthanded. He was really good in that game. The Pens' power play is awful, and they can't score.
Yeah, they can't score.
They had 2 shots after 20.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Dad, I'm coming home from university.
Before they come back from school, get extra space with Sentinel Storage. Affordable and convenient storage solutions. Try 4 weeks free. Plus, students save 10% on rental. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
Goodwill is
one shopper. Finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket. A deal. One donor. Letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant.
Learning.
Trying.
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase. One donation.
One job. One choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Hey, Dad. I'm coming home from university.
Before they come back from school, get extra space with Sentinel Storage. Affordable and convenient storage solutions. Try 4 weeks free. Plus, students save 10% on rental. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
She bought a car working nights at the mall. TV taught her how to drive it. She bought a car, didn't want one too small. Bought a K car, reliant.
All right, well, we're going to have hockey on soon here. We got Lightning Canadians coming up. We can watch that on the TV that you can see, not on the TV that you can't see. That usually fritzes out after every so often anyway. So we'll put some hockey on here, which is going to be fun. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Why limit your choices when you can have it all? Play Alberta, your go-to app for casino games, sports betting, and lottery, all in one place with easy access to real money games. You can enjoy everything Alberta has to offer right at your fingertips. Download Play Alberta now and start playing today. Jay's play of the day is, well, people better get in on this one quick, right? Because it involves the Buffalo game.
Yeah, so Buffalo Sabres money line and the Utah Mammoth plus 1.5. So Utah can lose by 1 goal,
right?
And this would still cash so long as Buffalo wins. That's been boosted to plus 157 over at Play Alberta.
All right, that's Jay's play of the day. If you're watching us on YouTube this afternoon, we thank you. Remember, subscribe to the Edmonton Sports Talk channel if you haven't already, and click that thumbs up button.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right, and so we need about 34 thumbs to get to 100, and which would be pretty cool. Let's keep building. Still over an hour in the show remaining. Once you've clicked the thumbs up, then click the share button.
Do you believe in life after love?
A link that you can email or text off to other people you know and get them involved in the program. Let them know about all this great stuff going on here at Edmonton Sports Talk. We have also iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, the streaming apps you can use to listen to us. And don't we have the pop-up store coming soon?
It's up.
Well, it's already up.
It is up.
It is up. Okay.
Yeah. If you head over to EdmontonSportsTalk.com, you will see at the top it says Shop EST.
Oh, yeah, that started
Spring
yesterday.
Store.
Yeah, right.
And also, I read, while we're on the topic of our website, there's also, beside the Shop the EST Spring Store, there's the Cara Family Resource Center's 50/50. So if you want to get involved with that, click on that. All the information is there. I'm just looking here. Where is this here? So Cara, you can support local families. So Cara, they offer a range of services, including parenting, education, family support, early childhood development screening, and information and referral services. Friend of the show, he's friend of EST, does the
MCTV podcast with Corey Graham. Yep.
Mark Majot is involved with the Cara Family Resource Center, so we'd like to help them out as well. So click on that, get some 50/50 tickets if you want to get in.
Yeah, Mark's. I like listening to that MCTV podcast.
Well,
they do a good job. Well, they talk about all this.
It's movies,
comic-y and superhero stuff that I like. Yeah, Star Wars-y stuff.
Reid, I'm good. You know where I come out on movies. Not the biggest movie guy.
You don't like,
but if I'm going home and I'm listening to it, I'll listen in. It's just I could listen to those two talk.
Well, because they sound like you almost think they're gonna all of a sudden include you in the conversation.
What did you say?
So warm
when we started the show? that you wanted our listeners and viewers to feel like they're just part a third year listening to us have a
or it's like
conversation.
they're eavesdropping on us chatting about stuff.
That's
what they're like. You expect one of them to be like, "Oh, Jay, what do you think?" Oh, well, what? Yeah.
They're listening to
I
me.
didn't prepare any notes, but no, they're awesome.
Should we do a limerick?
Oh, yes.
All right, we got a roast duck limerick.
Oh, my goodness.
That came in from the one and only Atif.
Uh-oh.
There once were Edmonton Oilers with appetites grand, who feasted on roast duck, all crispy and tanned. With gravy they'd toast. Tonight's bird is the most. Then skated off quacking, quite proud and well planned.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah. That's
very
from Atif.
good. Yes.
He is, I got to say, he is most improved limerickor.
Oh, wow.
Doing a very good, well, he's done a good job.
He's doing great.
Like, hey, he struggled at first. We gave him some harsh feedback.
Well, that's what you got to do.
And he took it in stride.
Tough love, baby.
And he's gotten better. So really good stuff. Really good stuff from Atif. So the Oilers scored 2 in the third period last night. And as we often do, and I get it because we're speaking to an Oilers-centric audience, to a lot of Oilers fans, we look at things often from an Oilers perspective. Oh, this guy made a good shot. This guy did this. You know, like I said, I see the goals live. I went home last night. I watched some of the key plays. I watched some more stuff this morning. And what was one of the storylines? Neither of these teams had good defensive stats, goals against stats in the regular season, but Anaheim's were even worse, right? So the Oilers are coming up the ice. Wallman makes a great pass up the left-hand side to Ekholm. Ekholm's bringing it up. Gudas, little Radko Gudas, still working on his crossovers. He inexplicably blows a tire and is down. Ekholm smells blood, moves in. He knows he loves that. He's scored from there. He can put that slap shot inside the post. Fires away. The limerick. The rebound comes out to Jason Dickinson. Open net. He slams it in. So it looks like great. Oilers made good breakout pass. Took advantage of a guy falling. Slap shot, driving the net. Just like you're taught to do. Go to the net. You know, should put it on net. Have your teammate going to the net, slam in that rebound. Now, Seneca is a really good player and the potential to be an outstanding player. And, I mean, he almost scored 20 seconds before this. That was one of Ingram's biggest saves of the game. But I'm trying to just watch it from an all-around perspective. So, first of all, it's a 3-on-2, and it was Seneca and it was another Duck, and they showed very little interest in trying to put any back pressure to make it a 3-on-3, or at least disrupt the 3-on-2. Granlund, who's a veteran player.
Yeah.
Gudas falls. Now, in my mind, and I know it's easy for me to say sitting in the press box, but we saw the Oilers do it. There were times when the Oilers were in a little bit of trouble, and it was red alert. Get back. Knock the puck out of the way. Get in the way. You know, lift a stick. Hack the puck out to the blue line. Whatever. So to me, when Gudas falls, you got that big slab of beef on the ice, just like Chris Sheets threw in Detroit back in 2006. You got that big slab of beef on the ice. It's red alert. Because now it's like, holy crap, it was a 3-on-2. Now it's kind of a 3-on-1. And you watch that replay, and it's not red alert for Seneca. It's not even yellow alert.
No.
It's business as usual. And he had a great view of Dickinson shooting that puck into the open net. Now, maybe he wouldn't have got there. Now, yes, Seneca, or yes, you know, you'd hope Gudas wouldn't fall, but there wasn't any back pressure coming even when the play looked like it was under control as a 3-on-2. So you would think when Gudas falls, Seneca's got to be like, I got to sprint back. I got to take a couple strides here, and Granlund too. But that wasn't there, and that to me, that's an error by the Ducks. And I'm just bringing this up because I think if the Oilers allowed a goal like that, we'd be all over that guy who didn't back check, who didn't at least try to disrupt the play. Like at that point, you gotta be like, I got it. And quite frankly, if Dickinson didn't score, Savoy would have. Like there were two Oilers who had an open look at an open net on the rebound, and two Ducks, if you want to throw Granlund in there too, watching this happen. Now, look, maybe you don't get back in time. Maybe Dickinson out battles you for the puck. Whatever. But that wasn't there. So to me, there's evidence of the Ducks' defensive failings that we knew they were capable of. I thought on the game-winning goal as well, Anaheim could have played it better.
Reid, they were executing their game plan, which was trying to eliminate Connor and Leon.
True.
In my opinion. I mean, the amount of stargazers that went towards Leon and the amount of eyes that were put toward Leon just left Podkolzin wide open behind the net. But then again, like at that point, okay, they're watching Leon. But what happens after that? If that happened here,
yes,
it would not be good.
So Leon gets the puck on the offensive left wing, the defensive right side, and there are 4 Ducks not going to him, but sort of enthralled by him. What I call the good old campfire defense. You're standing around and watching, and they all just sort of got pulled towards Leon, and that's where they got in trouble. Because they were back far enough. I mean, you want to have them come down inside the top of the circles, inside the dots, but you had 4 guys drawn toward Leon, and then it was trouble. Because Leon, and this is what I was saying, the good players say, yeah, come and get me. Get a little bit out of position or way out of position, gets it to Podkolzin down low, and then I think Lacombe was down there. Someone else was trying to check. Podkolzin's behind the net. Then everybody's like, oh, now Podkolzin got it. Everybody turns. Now they're trying to get back to the front of the net where they should have been to begin with. Kapanen sneaks in and they score. And that's the type of error that I thought we saw the Oilers making, especially earlier in the season when they weren't playing very alert defense. It's like, oh, puck's there. Oh, I wonder what else is going on. Oh, that guy's open. Oh, he scored.
And that was their top pairing defensive unit in Lacombe.
Right.
And...
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So we saw blatant evidence
and Trouba,
of why the Ducks were that bad defensively in the regular season. It bit them, I thought, in a couple key moments last night.
Yeah, but I mean, credit to the Oilers for taking advantage of those opportunities and knowing what to do with it. I mean, Reid, we've seen Mattias Ekholm score from that spot. Right?
Yep.
That shot's going over the goalie's shoulder. I think that Mattias Ekholm was planning like shot pass style thing where he knew that rebound would be kicked out because he probably felt that nobody was back checking. Gudas is out of the picture. Just get a rebound and it's probably going in the back of the net. So I thought that was a heads up play by Ekholm. But yeah, other teams screw up too. And sometimes they screw up in the biggest moments.
Very big moments, yes, and allow the Oilers to get a win. I mean, the NH to the Stanley Cup playoffs. You love watching them because it's punch, counter punch. It's momentum one way, it's momentum the other way. I mean, you see it all the time. They say, "Oh, well, that team doesn't have a chance," and then they come back and get a big win.
Okay, Anaheim scores 3 unanswered in the second. They're up 3-2 going into the third. Were you questioning, or did you wonder if the Oilers would be able to fight back?
I honestly thought the Oilers would get a third goal. I really thought the Oilers would get at least 1 goal in the third period, and then it was a matter of would Anaheim get the 4th one or would it go to overtime, and then Anaheim maybe got the 4th one.
And that's been a big storyline about Connor Ingram this year. Reid, is A, just get the win, and B, timely saves. And he made some very timely saves in that third period. Yep. I mean, it could have been 4-2.
Yep.
Very
20
easily.
seconds before they tied the game. They might not even have a chance to get that goal. So, hey, close. And as you know, Jay, I expect them to be close. The first period was awesome. I didn't expect the whole game to be like that. Now, I didn't expect the tables to turn as much as they did in the second period. I mean, good for Anaheim. And they scored 19 seconds in. So right away. I mean, if that goes 5 minutes, 10 minutes into the second period and Anaheim still can't get on the board, I know they're highly tuned athletes and they're very confident, but I still think it's human nature. Sometimes something starts to seep into your brain, oh, maybe this isn't our night, right? Or a little bit of frustration comes in. So good for them. I expected a close game. I still expect a close series. I still expect Anaheim's going to make some great plays and score a lot of goals. But as we saw, they made a couple of key errors that allowed the Oilers to make big plays in the third period.
Yes.
780-218-9999 is how you can text us. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Jason Dickinson, after the game, on the second period struggles and then rebounding in the third.
I think maybe we were trying to do a little bit too much. The simplicity in our game is what was working. Early in the game, it was a lot of just chip, chase, get on the forecheck, pressure their D, make them turn over pucks, and then get pucks to the net. And then we kind of got back to that in the third period where, again, we were skating, we were using our legs to get on the forecheck, force pucks, and being a lot more connected as a group of five on the ice to move the puck up the ice instead of trying to do it with one or two guys. Everybody was moving in unison to advance the puck and create more offense.
Yeah. I mean, I just love when you could feel the honesty in the answers from a player. I mean, he's telling you exactly like it is. There's no, and you hear the same answer over and over again. Like, that's what I like about Jason Dickinson. That's why Oilers fans are surely falling in love with this player, is because he does it on the ice. He's not afraid to answer questions and speak honestly and openly about the game that was just played. I like the guy.
Games are going to start right away. We have buying or selling coming up for Damon Bunting. Can Creed take us higher? We'll discuss.
Two guys and a goalie.
Oilers should prioritize Murphy over Dickinson this offseason.
Do I have to?
You can't bail on us. We got to get an answer. Mind you, like we said this morning, with McDavid taking less money, hopefully you find a way to keep both.
I mean, it's tough to see what Dickinson did, right? If I'm going to prioritize the two, it's got to be Murphy. I think you can find a Dickinson.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
Your home for great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
God, I wish I could meet somebody like you online. She's got me in the friend zone.
Don't miss Morgan Jay's musical comedy May 23rd. 9 p.m. show is sold out. Second 6 p.m. show added. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
The Blue Jays are back for their 50th season. Whether you're swinging for the fences or tackling backyard spring projects, get the space you need with Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of the Toronto Blue Jays. Try 4 weeks free today. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
No Adam Henrique for the Oilers in Game 2. Their series against the Ducks that goes tomorrow. Henrique only playing under 3 minutes in the opening game of this series. He left in the opening frame after crashing into Kasperi Kapanen in their own defensive end. It's a quadruple header in the NHL. All Game 2s. Montreal hits the ice in Tampa Bay momentarily. Habs with a 1-0 lead In this series, Lightning captain Victor Hedman doubtful for a return in the best of 7. He's been out since March 19th. After that, Boston, Buffalo Lockhorns, Buffalo up 1-0 plus Vegas hosts Utah with Colorado battling LA, the Avs, and Golden Knights with the lead in their respective series. Over to the Association Trio of Game 2s, the 76ers, Celtics hit the hardwood in just a second. Boston up in that one. Elsewhere, the Blazers, Spurs, they match up. Portland trailing, and for the nightcap, the Lakers and Rockets tip off. LA taking Game 1. MLB action, Toronto challenges LA Game 2 of their 3-game series. Jays winning 5-2 last night to kick things off. Patrick Corbin gets a nod for Toronto. Angels countering with Jack Kohanowitz. First pitch just after 7:30. Live now in baseball. A total of 6 games underway. Top of the second, Yankees with a 1-0 lead on the Red Sox, and the Astros are down by 2 against the Guardians. End of the third. I'm Zachary Kubich. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Canadians and Lightning heading out onto the ice for Game 2 of that series. We, of course, will keep an eye on it. Montreal up 1-0 after the Slafkovsky power play hat trick in Game 1, including the overtime winner. Buffalo-Boston, bottom of the hour. So we'll have that one. We'll be able to follow that one here while we're on air until 6 o'clock. We need 24 thumbs on the YouTube stream to get to 100 and... So let's get there. That is our playoff threshold here as the Oilers have won Game 1 against the Anaheim Ducks. So no Henrique tomorrow. So what's going on, Nobby? Going to be Szymanski or Lazar?
I think, one, Szymanski, a little bit more speed to our lineup. He was playing with a line that was playing pretty well at the end of the season with Doc and Frederick. Lazar gives you some maybe a little more aggressiveness, a little more physicality. Obviously that's important in the playoffs. He also gives you a little more option on faceoffs on that right side. We've got a lot of left-hand centermen who are pretty good on that draw. On their strong side, makes it a little more difficult when they're on their forehands, but Lazar gives you that option. But I think those two guys, great options, and it's nice to have good players at your disposal.
Who do you think he's? Well, what would you do? Coach Milne do?
Look, all things said, what he said at the end of that comment, Reid, that it's a good thing to have options. That's the key here for Oilers fans.
Well,
excuse me.
Speaking of the Lord's work, bless you.
Well,
Curtis Lazar blesses you.
Well, I just think it's hard to look past what Curtis Lazar can do in the faceoff circle as a right shot center. I mean, he's got the highest faceoff win percentage on the Oilers. He's over 60% when he's taking draws. And on home ice, when you have last change and you need a draw on the right side, like what Knobloch said there makes a strong case for Curtis Lazar, and that's who I would go with. But on the other side, yes, Szymanski was a part of that line when they were making things tough on the opponents for the short time that line was together. But, I mean, either way, Reid, I don't think there's going to be a drop-off. So that is the key for the Oilers.
I wonder if Szymanski comes in just because of his skating.
Speed, right.
Yeah. Little quicker. But, yeah, both guys know how to play. So that'll be a decision for tomorrow. Team definitely, they looked deep last night, especially when it came to scoring. Here's the Nooch.
I mean, I think over the last few years we've had such a good team because we have had depth. But, this year is no different or more so, where you can just roll 4 lines and 6D and trust that anybody going out there is going to get the job done. And it's not always about dominating your shift. Sometimes you can be okay with just tying your shift and setting up the next line and go from there. And I think we've kind of learned that over the last month or so, that we're going to have success doing that because we have so many guys that can play.
All right, a little bit there from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Oilers, Ducks tomorrow. Well, I guess I'll confirm it tomorrow, but it's probably going to be another 8:22 face-off. We'll have you covered all day long here on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Nielsen Show starts at 6 a.m. That show is not just on all the EST platforms, but also on 95.7 Cruise FM. We're going to extend our show tomorrow until 6:30. GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola from 6:30 to 8, and then he's got the postgame show at 8. Tomorrow he's once again live from Ice House right in Ice District Plaza. Hoppin' spot.
You were there
hopping
at the start of the game, in the pregame.
Yes.
Did you have some wings?
I had salt and pepper wings.
Yeah, I figured you'd go with that. It's a bit of a routine.
Yeah, and
you don't want sauce on your shirt.
I don't know if I want to get too spicy,
Right.
And then when I'm going in to cover a game.
You're sweating.
Yeah, I'm all just...
You got the sauce sweats?
Yeah, though I did get some water spilt on me last night, just on my leg. Some gentlemen were a little too enthusiastic. And,
after the game?
Yeah, there was a clip. Tom was playing audio and Benny were playing a post-game audio. So I was just sitting listening to it, and all of a sudden the table got knocked quite hard, and a beer and a glass of water fell over.
Oh, no.
Yeah, these guys were like just, I don't think they were fighting. I think they were kind of just fooling. We were like pushing each other, and then all of a sudden our table's not, whatever. It's no harm, no foul, but.
It's just water, eh?
Yeah, it was just water.
It's the playoffs.
Yeah. But it was, but that aside, awesome environment downtown in the Ice House. And Tom's going to be there tomorrow, as will I, and Belsey. Let's jump into Buying or Selling. It's presented by Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com. The Instagram handle is Damon Bunting Real Estate. So just to set this up quickly, and I'm sure most of you are aware of this, on Friday's show, Stu McDonald joined us. He's the president and chief revenue officer for OEG. And I said, can you tell us what the pump-up song is going to be? The song they play before Enter Sandman and they walk out. Last year it was Welcome to the Jungle. Sounded incredible. The video montage was great. Pumped everybody up. And he said, I can't tell you what it is, but he said, I think people are going to be surprised and delighted. So the song is, because it'll be before every game, the song is Higher by Creed. Now, Dustin Nielsen had no input into this. And it's an edited down version of the song, obviously. They don't do the whole 4-minute song or whatever it is. I was surprised. Now, again, I feel like I always need to say this. I'm not there as a fan. So really, what I think isn't that relevant, but nonetheless, I've seen a lot of sporting events and I've seen the pregame presentation. I was surprised. I personally was not delighted.
You don't like to go higher?
Now, I will say this. The theme makes sense. The last 2 years, the Edmonton Oilers have been one step below winning it all. They need to go higher. And then, what is the chorus of the song? Can you take me higher?
Can you take me higher?
See, you're a vocalist, as you were in your past life, or one of your past roles with North Shore and Brody. Could you whistle higher? That's really good. You're an amazing whistler, as we know.
I love you. Don't ever step in on my whistle again.
Yeah,
Okay,
Coop,
I'm sorry.
Sit back, Coop.
I'm sorry.
Very, very well done.
Thank you, Coop. That was fantastic.
You know what? Paul Stanley just called in. He heard that. He's blown away. I wasn't expecting that. It is an inspirational up-tempo song, but it's not crazy up-tempo. And I get, like, can you take me higher to the fans? Like, hey, like, welcome to the jungle last year. It's like, hey, you're in a jungle. Like, you're an Oilers fan at Rogers Place cheering for the Oilers. Like, don't be afraid to go nuts. This one, can you take me higher? Hey, can you, hey, Jablonski in section 115, can you do your part? Can you take the team?
Jablonski, I better hear you. Why are you sitting on your hands, Jablonski?
Yo,
I told you to go higher. Why are you sitting there, Jablonski?
So, thematically, it works. I do think it was a surprising choice. Do I personally think it was an awesome choice? I don't, but I respect it. People are paid to put this together, and who knows, maybe they did some market research or just had a good vibe about doing something that I think is a little different. Now, look, I'm not complaining about it. No. I'm giving my opinion. I really am not going to be affected by it either way, but I got to give my gut reaction to it.
I think this takes on a totally new meaning here at EST because of the morning show, because of the Nielsen show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekdays, 6:05 to 9 a.m. Right here at Edmonton Sports.
6:05 is the start time.
And Cruise 95.7. But Creed Tuesday, Dusty's Die Hard Creed. I mean, it's different. I actually kind of find it funny because to ESTers, Creed is well, that's yeah. Creed is a step above. Like Creed is in the heavens. You know, they've elevated. I'm not sure the response to the general other public. Now, Creed has had a resurgence. I will say that.
Well, I was reading about they're like the 8th. I think I read they were the 8th or 9th highest grossing band of the 2000s. So I guess like the aughts.
They were a big band. Coop, what'd you think? You got something to say?
I think it's basically it's timely is what it is. It was popular for people in my age range over the last 2 years. It's become an internet meme.
Sure.
In a sense, as well.
That's a good point.
Well, people make fun of it?
Not that it's funny, but it's used in certain situations. They tie it into certain videos or pictures that sort of give it a humorous element. But people unironically listen to it outside of the meme. Memes, it's just popular on the internet is really what a meme is. It can be funny, but it had that resurgence not only because Creed, it was their 20th anniversary or something, and they went on the tour. They came here to Edmonton. They're going to be here at the Rock and Thunder Festival as well.
Fantastic.
So,
okay.
I mean, it fits. I have no complaints.
Okay. Well, again, to me, it's not a complaint, but I think listeners would expect me to give an opinion about it. It is a surprising choice in my mind. And, like, I'm certainly not offended. I'm not upset. It doesn't bother me. And
it certainly doesn't affect your day-to-day.
No. Saskatoon Muncher in the Nasty Chat says, I've been trying to find this answer out all day. Great song, but way less up-tempo than the last couple of years. And again, from an OEG perspective, so you go Party Hard by Andrew WK. Like, just off the charts, right? Like, it's just like driving. Welcome to the Jungle. Like, classic rock, kind of that bad boy Guns N' Roses, let's party and have a good time, song.
This is like a rock ballad.
Sort of, yeah. So, I mean, if they go Thunderstruck, what are people going to say? Well, it's kind of like,
you could play any song and there's going to be a side for both. There's going to be people that love it, people that hate it. I mean, you can't please everyone, Reid.
No.
Was the theatrics of it all entertaining?
Well, the video montage is always well put together, with the highlights from the past couple of seasons and, shots of fans and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's still a great presentation.
Vincent Damphus was in the house.
1 year in Edmonton Oilers.
Legendary Edmonton Oilers.
I didn't find out why he was there. Very good year while he was here, but yes, 1 year in Edmonton Oilers. Not a long tenure by any means.
Was he 25?
Yeah, I think he was number 25.
But he played 1 year.
Yeah, led the team in scoring. He led the Leafs in scoring, then he led the Oilers in scoring, then he led the Canadiens in scoring and won the Stanley Cup.
I wonder if he's like, okay, hi, everybody.
Well, he seemed to have a smile on his face, but
likable guy.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're going to bring in alum, you can bring in anybody who's an alum.
Sure. They should have brought in Chris Pronger.
Well, he's been there as an alum. Yeah, I don't know.
Recently,
he's got a good reaction. I don't know if he would now.
Oh, he would get booze rained down on him. Now. Like right now, he would.
The real Tube Sock says, I didn't think Creed was cool when they were new. They have not aged any better. Fair enough. Casino Dealer J says, Higher would be a song when you were leaving port on your cruise and starting your adventure to Alaska. Well, that highly specific circumstance. I like that from Casino Dealer J. Anyway, we talked about it on Friday with Stu, so we thought, and Jay was like, you got to text the group chat when the song goes. No, they did do a pre-video to that included a little bit of Lose Yourself and some other rap type song that I didn't know.
Bootsky says, 21 for the Oilers, 25 for the Leafs and Habs.
Yeah. He was a good player, very good offensive player. Didn't he have over 1,000 points? He played a long time, too. So, yeah, Vincent Domfus was there. Or as I thought his name was when I first saw him in the NHL, Damphouse. But you don't say it that way.
Oh, you could. I could see how you would.
Buying or selling presented by Damon Bunting. Montreal and Tampa Bay, 3 minutes into the first period. No score. We still have words of the day coming up. We're happy to hear from you as well. You can text the afternoon inbox, 780-218-9999. That's presented by River Cree Resort Casino. They're turning 20 this year, so why not celebrate until October 26th with over $1 million in prizes, including 35 winners of $20,000 in casino free plays, 9 brand new cars, 56 winners of $1,000 in cash. This is a 10-month-long promotion, and from the start, but it's going on until October 26th, rivercrewresort.com. All right, 20 after 5. Here comes the Coop.
Adam Henrique will miss Game 2 for the Oilers against the Ducks tomorrow following his early exit in their series opener yesterday. Henrique left in the opening frame after he crashed into Kasperi Kapanen in their own defensive end. 4 games in the NHL today, 1 game live. Canadiens, Lightning, scoreless about 4 minutes into action. The Habs with the series lead in that one. And in about 9 minutes, puck drop between the Bruins and Sabres goes down. Buffalo with the 1-0 series lead. Later on, 7:30, Mammoth. Golden Knights go at it out in Vegas while the Kings and Avalanche match up for 8 o'clock. The Avs and Golden Knights with the lead in their respective series. Over to the Association, a trio of Game 2s on the docket. Midway through the first frame of action, Celtics up 15-13 on the 76ers, also leading in the series. That one in Game 2. After that, Trailblazers, Spurs tip off 6 o'clock. San Antonio with the lead, and the Rockets, Lakers have the nightcap at 8:30. LA up 1-0 in that one. MLB action, Toronto, they take on the Angels. Once again, Game 2 of their 3-game series. Jays winning 5-2 yesterday. Patrick Corbin on the bump for Toronto. Angels countering with Jack Kohanowitz. First pitch just after 7:30. Live now in the majors, a handful of games. Bottom 4th, Guardians up 2-0 on the Astros. Top of the 3rd, it's 1-1 between the Cardinals and Marlins. And end of the 2nd, the Reds have a 4-0 lead on the Rays. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. You're tuned into the Reid Wilkins Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
One shopper. Finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket. A deal. One donor. Letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant.
Learning.
Trying.
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase. One donation.
One job. One choice.
Goodwill is
The power of one. The power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
The Oil Stream.
What can you say about Matt Savoy?
The kid's a player. The willingness to learn last year in Bakersfield and the patience, and it wasn't going to be an overnight thing where he was just going to come into the National Hockey League and become a top 6 player and have a big impact, learn how to play with McDavid. That took some gradual steps. Skilled guy that has found
The
a
Oil
home.
Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
The Canadian Brewhouse is not a quiet place to watch the game. We're a goal horn blaring, tankard raising, stranger hugging, lose your voice kind of a place. No inside voices, no empty seats, no bad angles. Just playoff hockey, the way it's supposed to feel. With your friends, the ones you brought and the ones you just met. If you want quiet, stay home. If you want to feel it, book your spot now in the loudest room in the city. This is our house, the Canadian Brewhouse.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. 8 minutes into the first period, no score. Canadians and Lightning. The Lightning do not have a shot on net. Shots are 3-0 for the Canadians as they lead that series 1-0. Was there a hit that I missed?
Couple flybys here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Montreal, Tampa Bay. Great watch in the first round. Just constant hockey from 5 o'clock till bedtime, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, depending on your bedtime hours, I guess.
Even beyond bedtime.
Yeah. Oh, McDonough just buried Suzuki.
Well, there was one that...
Anderson just missed McDonough.
Watch this one. Just missed him.
Yeah.
Dano.
Back with the Habs. All right. 780-218-9999 is how you text us. River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. If you're watching us on YouTube this afternoon, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And remember, we still need 17 thumbs up to get to 100 and... Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the other Sammy Hager clip. Lightning with a goal. Hagel. So 1-0 for the Lightning.
I believe
40
after he scored, he said, "Cluck, yeah." I saw his lips.
He's doing a chicken noise.
He did.
He's pretending he's a chicken. That's great. Our off-topic topic for William Huff, by the way, we had fun with it earlier, was describe your dog if he or she were a hockey player, or do you put your dogs or have you put your pets into video games in the past or now when you've created your own teams and players? I used to do that. And what was your other one? What describe an NHL player who looks like a dog?
Yeah.
What does somebody say? Mike Ricci looked like a sheepdog or something?
Sheepdog. This is interesting from Chris. He says, I never had a pet to put into NHL 97 on the computer. Instead, I was putting guys like Gage, Sandwith, and other farmer/prospects that I wanted to see.
Oh, sweet.
Interesting.
But now don't the new NHL games have all the minor league teams and even the junior teams? I think they do. And then some of the European teams, I think they're quite in depth.
They should.
If Benny's listening,
you know what,
text
Reid? In this day and age of games like that, you just, like you can operate a farm.
Right.
Right. It's
like farm simulator.
Mundane. It's just kind of like wait. I'm surprised there's not a broadcast simulator.
Oh, maybe there is.
You know, could you? And then we could create ourselves,
right?
And run a sports talk station. And you'd have to find partners, and you'd have to go out and raise funds to, put broadcasters on air. I think we might be onto something. Or is that just called podcasting?
I'm not sure. Maybe. That's a good point. That's good stuff. 780-218-9999 River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We've been talking today about a very solid game by Oilers goaltender Connor Ingram last night. Some thoughts from Nugent Hopkins.
And he made the one save with about 5 or 6 minutes left. That is a game changer. So those are the moments where we've seen him step up and make those big saves, and to do that at this stage and with everything on the line right now is huge to see. And I thought overall, just all night, he was solid for us and gave us a chance, and that's all you can ask for.
Jason Dickinson, 2 big goals for the Oilers last night. Got a little shaken up there in the second period. Came back from that, and he did post-game remarks after the game. So they've changed it a bit for the playoffs, as has happened in the past. You were led into the dressing room to grab a couple of players, but then a couple of players come to the podium. Both coaches come to the podium as well. Dickinson was last in the postseason with the Dallas Stars. They went to the Stanley Cup final. This was the bubble playoffs in Edmonton and Toronto, but Dallas would have played all their games in Edmonton. He went to the Stanley Cup final and lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he was talking about being back in the playoffs.
And the mindset, I got a taste of it years ago, and man, is it fun. It's the best time of the year. You fight all year for this, and, I was told early on that you got to savor it because you never know if you'll be back. And I kind of chuckled at it early on because I was like, oh yeah, I'll be back. And then 5 years went by, and I hadn't seen playoffs. So you want to play in these moments, you want to play in these games because it makes everything worth it. All the bumps, bruises, all the training, all the hours spent away from the family, doing things that your friends aren't doing because you've got something you're chasing. So it's great to be a part of it. And really, it's all about just going out there and competing with these guys. That's really all it comes down to, is having fun doing that.
Well, he did that last night, especially that big reaction on the first goal.
Yeah.
Right? The celebration along the boards, and then you got the big goal to tie it up in the third period.
Yeah, I was shocked by that first goal, Reid.
The move he put?
Yes. I just don't know. I don't know why, but I just wasn't expecting that. And I don't think anybody was expecting that. Maybe even the goaltender wasn't expecting that, because I thought that was a shot all the way.
Oh, okay.
I did not see that intense and that dramatic of a deke from Jason Dickinson. So good on him. I mean, that brought that lit up Rogers Place.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that must be cool. Like, do you shake? Do you feel the building move when something like that, a goal like that happens and the building erupts?
I wouldn't say I feel the building shake. Which is probably a good thing, but it's very loud. I mean, you can feel the energy. You can feel how the crowd was ready to explode. Like you can feel all that stuff.
Do you protect your ears?
I do not.
Huh?
Perhaps I should.
Maybe men of our vintage should take care of their ears.
Perhaps.
Wear headphones, just wear the big.
Just wear the big earmuffs.
Lawnmower
yeah, like you see
earmuffs.
Little babies when they're protecting their
and get a baby pair.
Yeah,
like ones with little duckies on them. And
just
stuff.
Just stretch it around.
Nobody will talk to you there. That might be perfect.
That might be perfect. that might be perfect. But no, the crowd was absolutely incredible. Crowd was hoping for a power play goal. That didn't come through. Here's Knobloch.
I believe we had 2 power plays. One was didn't really generate very much. They did a great job of stopping denying the blue line. There wasn't much room there, and we got to find a way to get into the offensive zone, and then I think we'll create something. But credit to them; they did a really good job on making it difficult for us.
All right, yeah, the Oilers have to try to figure that out on the power play tomorrow. And look, we expected the Ducks to put up a good fight. They're going to continue to do so. They do have some incredible, most of them young offensive players. Nugent Hopkins was asked today how the Ducks are dangerous.
They have skill and speed to make you pay, and they can make plays. And I think just the way that they transition and they attack the net really hard too. So making sure that we clear pucks out and have numbers back, so they're not getting any odd man rushes, and that's going to be important. But I mean, they have good young skill that can make you pay, and if you give them anything easy. So our goal is always to not let it be easy for them.
Well, and that's the thing. I think in the second period, the Oilers let it get a little too easy for the Ducks because they couldn't pass the puck. They couldn't connect, get it up the ice. They flubbed a lot of chances. They flubbed some shots. The Oilers played much better in the third period. I thought Anaheim wasn't as detailed. They weren't as efficient with the puck. But I also want to say this. The Ducks pulled their goalie. Shortly after they pulled the goalie, the Oilers had a simple breakout up the left-hand side that probably would have led to an empty net goal, and the puck got passed to nobody, and Anaheim came right in. So I do think that the problems the Oilers had were at their worst in the second period, but they still were there in the third. Maybe not quite as much in the first. But I thought it was a sloppy game.
It was
still exciting, still close. And hey, from an Oilers standpoint, win, figure it out. High scoring, low scoring, well played, sloppy. But I think especially some of the puck details probably both teams want to clean up. And as Dickinson talked about in that earlier clip, keep it simple. You don't try to carry the puck in or make 15 passes all the time.
Yeah.
Straight lines, go to the net, go to work, and create by doing things like that.
Yeah, it makes you, I guess, appreciate that the Oilers were able to win that game, given how poorly, really, they played for half the game, Reid?
Probably around.
Probably half the game.
About, yeah.
And I mean, Connor McDavid, pointless. That top line really didn't do much.
Yep.
If the Oilers can switch that around and adapt and change, and especially Connor McDavid can change the way he's used to playing, Reid, I don't know. I'm more so in an odd way, Reid. I'm more confident in saying the Oilers will win this series in 4 or 5, as I was saying last week when we made our predictions, and I suggested 6.
Oh, really? Okay,
I am, because I don't think they had much business winning that game. Even at the end, I mean, they got that bounce at the end that Ingram managed to save. Right, that was a wide open net. It's just the bounce. Things
Granlund shot it wide.
Incredible.
Yeah.
But if they play a much, it's a better version of last night's game, I don't know that Anaheim can get a win.
780-218-9999 River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Tampa Bay failed to score on a power play. Actually, the Canadians had a shorthanded 2-on-1 rush, not able to finish, so still 1-0 for the Lightning in that one. Of course, Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta, your home for online gaming excitement featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery, instance, and sports betting. With the Play Alberta app, you can take the fun with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up today at playalberta.ca. Always a lot of great EST specials up there. Jay's Play of the Day would now be off the board because the Buffalo game has started. But remind people what it was so they can maybe follow along at home if they want.
Yeah, Buffalo Sabres money line, Utah Mammoth plus 1.5, so they can lose by a goal, and this would still hit, boosted to plus 157. That was at playalberta.ca, but yes, it has been taken down.
All right, always a lot of cool stuff there. Tell you what, we need 15 thumbs to get to 155. Maybe a little less intensity today because it's not a game day. But if you have not clicked the thumbs up on YouTube, we want to get to 155. That is our playoff minimum at this point.
Don't delay.
Don't be a pleasure delayer. Get in there and click here in the final, what are we at, about 20, well, less than that, about final 17 minutes for the show. We do have words of the day coming up, but first we got Zachary Kubish.
Henrique has been ruled out for Game 2 as the Oilers take on the Ducks tomorrow. He left early in the first period of play yesterday, playing under 3 minutes before crashing into Kasperi Kapanen in his own defensive end. 4 games around the NHL today, one underway, 7:40 left to go. First period, lightening up 1-0 on the Canadiens. Brandon Hagel, his third of the series. Habs with the lead, 1-0. Overall, taking Game 1, Lightning captain Victor Hedman. He's doubtful for a return in the series. He's been sidelined since March 19th. After that, Buffalo-Boston, they lock horns, dropping the puck in just a moment. Bruins down 1-0 in that one. Plus, Vegas hosts Utah, while Colorado battles LA, the Avs, and Golden Knights with the lead in their respective series. Over to the NBA, a trio of Game 2s going down tonight. End of the first quarter, Celtics up 28-23, also with the lead in the series. 6 o'clock, Spurs, they play host to the Trailblazers, looking to improve to a 2-0 series lead. And Rockets, Lakers, they have the nightcap, LA taking Game 1. MLB action, Toronto takes on LA Game 2 of their 3-game series. Jays winning 5-2 to kick things off yesterday. Patrick Corbin on the bump for Toronto. Angels countering with Jack Kohanowitz. First pitch just after 7:30. And live now, over 8 games. Currently, Yankees up 1-0 on the Red Sox midway through the 4th and midway through the 5th. Astros and Guardians knotted at 2 aside. This sports update is brought to you by Say the Reid Sport Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at saythereidsportmed.ca to book an appointment today. Words of the day up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
EST Afternoons.
Who do you want to come in? Curtis Lazar or Josh Szymanski?
I think you'll see Lazar in the lineup just because just having a veteran presence and a guy with a little bit more NHL experience, and you know exactly what you're going to get from Curtis Lazar. Szymanski's interesting because there was chemistry with those guys before.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Your home for great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
God, I wish I could meet somebody like you online. She's got me in the friend zone.
Don't miss Morgan Jay's musical comedy May 23rd. 9 p.m. show is sold out. Second 6 p.m. show added. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching the button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Portions of the show presented by Lamley's, built for the job, made with quality craftsmanship and designed for job protection with cowboy-worthy durability. Lamley's workwear combines safety with all-day comfort, featuring brands like Ariat Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed to withstand tough conditions and deliver performance across every job site. Visit lamleys.com/work to see how Lamley's can make your workday better.
LAMMLES.
Always makes my workday better to hear that jingle.
Reid, I'm glad that Coach Mike sent this in to the River Cree Resort and Casino Inbox, because I was thinking this last night. My group text with a few buddies of mine, we were all discussing this. The goal that was waved off in the first period due to what?
Goalie interference.
Why is it not then a 2-minute minor?
It's not an automatic penalty.
Why?
That's because that's in the rule book.
Okay, that's the rules. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Because I think you could commit goaltender interference that is not flagrant enough to be considered a penalty. That one, I would say, could have been a penalty, because that was a pretty significant kind of body check on a goaltender.
Bodied him.
Who technically you're not supposed to touch.
So that's just a rules thing. Jay, you're wasting your breath. This is a stupid idea for you to discuss.
No, I don't think it's stupid at all. I think it's a good question, because
I just think
you're not the only person who would have that question. Let me find the good old rule here.
It's somewhat hypocritical. No goal for goaltender interference, but also no penalty for goaltender interference.
In all cases in which I'm reading straight from the rule book. In all cases in which an attacking player initiates intentional or deliberate contact with a goalkeeper, whether or not the goalkeeper is inside or outside the goal crease, and whether or not a goal is scored, the attacking player will receive a penalty. So they did not deem that intentional or deliberate goaltender interference.
Okay, that's fair, because I forget which player it was, Reid, but I can't recall that.
Washi.
But his back was turned to the goaltender.
Yes.
So, yeah, okay.
So they're saying, okay, he's trying to do a move in front, but
you're saying if it was, you're skating hard to the net and run over the goal and score it, and score the goal, that they'd say no goal due to goaltender interference, but also no goaltender interference.
No penalty.
No penalty
for goaltender. Yes, they can say that. Yeah. No, good question. I guess it has to be a little more extreme than that, or a player not doing enough to avoid contact, or storming the crease dangerously like they thought McKinnon was in that Colorado game a few weeks ago. But it's a good question. Less confusing than what happened in Carolina, but I don't know if we need to revisit that at this point.
Jeez, yeah. I mean, but again,
I'm actually surprised that was a penalty shot.
Yes.
I understand the rule that if a penalty is committed after the play was then deemed to have stopped, it's still a penalty. You still have to enforce the penalty, right? Like if your team went offside, I slashed you and broke your ankle, your team scored, And then they said, oh, it was offside. Jay's team didn't score. Sorry about the broken ankle, but no, I should still get a 5-minute major for slashing. But it was just weird circumstance that it led to a penalty shot. Then could have Ottawa challenged and said, well, that play was a result of it being offside. It wasn't, and you can't challenge in overtime. But it was kind of funny. We're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Why wait for a good time? Started early at the Canadian Brewhouse. Happy hour runs Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. with deals starting at $3.99. Your couch can't compete with the Canadian Brewhouse. All right, we need 10 thumbs. My goodness, so that the thumbs have just slowed down.
I know how we'll get thumbs.
What are you going to do? Where's he going? I seriously do not know where he's going. Josh Allen, what did he do? Did he do a drum for Buffalo? The quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. He was there before the Sabres game to get the crowd pumped up, and then what did he do? Did he shotgun a beer?
A Michelob Ultra.
And most of it dribbled down the sides of his face. If you could really
call that a beer.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, geez, he's a professional athlete, Jay. He's going to look at first calories.
I mean, FR.
We're wearing an Alex Tuck jersey.
If you think Reid is going to go 8 for 8 on movie trivia, hammer the thumbs up.
If you've not, and again, if you haven't already given us a thumbs up, we want to get over 155 here.
You ready, big boy?
Let's do it. I love the movie trivia. I haven't done a card today. Not even off air.
Movie trivia music, like just a reel spinning. You know?
Oh yeah,
that'd be good. What musical comedy sees a theater trying to put on Springtime for Hitler?
The Producers.
Name the 2 villains in The Dark Knight.
In The Dark Knight, it was Joker. Who was the other one in The Dark Knight? Two-Face was in the first one.
Joker and Two-Face.
It was Two-Face in that one?
You said it. In what city does the 2002 film...
Oh, it was just Scarecrow in the first one, I guess. Okay.
City of God take place?
Sorry,
in what city does the 2002 film City of God take place?
Rio?
What movie sees Sandra Bullock and George Clooney stuck in space?
Gravity. Still one of the best jokes ever, told by Poehler and Faye. I think they were hosting the Golden Globes. And they said, the movie Gravity came out this year. Further proof that George Clooney would sooner shoot himself off into outer space and die than spend another moment with a woman his own age. Slight spoiler.
We'd
never done those ones before.
We've never done this card.
No.
Where does the train go in the Polar Express?
The North Pole?
Who plays Danny Ocean in the 1960 film Ocean's 11?
Oh, who would have played him? Sinatra?
What Canadian directed...
I almost said Bogart. That's the wrong one.
Ooh, what Canadian directed the movie The Sweet Hereafter?
Adam Agoyan.
My goodness.
And isn't his name A-T-O-M? Like
Atom.
Atom, yes.
For 8, Reid. What kills Donnie Darko? A gunshot, a jet engine, or an explosion?
I believe it's a jet engine.
8 for 8, folks.
Give me your thumbs.
People are saying you did this card before. I don't think you have.
I think this card may have.
Have we hit all the cards?
No.
I don't feel like I guess I wouldn't. Maybe we've gone through it already.
I'm going to put this under lock and key because this keeps getting screwed up. Because there's no way we've done all the cards. No way.
Well, how many cards are there? We may be through this already. What is it? 200 cards? 256? No. 800
well, there's two
questions.
People saying that we've done it. So
that's only 100 cards.
Maybe we have.
But having said that, I think I knew those answers, everybody. Like, come on.
Come on. Don't steal the thunder.
Them,
I believe in you, Reid.
Glad somebody does. It's time for your words of the day for Edmonton Public Library. Your free EPL card can do more than you might expect, from books, movies, and video games to digital resources, creative spaces, and learning opportunities. There's something for everyone across Edmonton. Sign up online at epl.ca/sign up or visit any of EPL's 21 locations to get started today.
The word of the day.
We have more movie
Reid and
trivia
Jay.
if we are done with this
Did I
box.
break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
We do.
What again?
There's a book and another box
book.
that I bought.
Let's
Yes.
find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
First word of the day, nugatory.
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 What a word. Well, I do not know this. Nugatory. Well, I'll take a stab at it. Nugatory. Nugatory. Oh, that is how you spell it. This is related to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. This is related to the filling or the center of something.
Good guess. Need a sentence?
Sure.
Most of the criticism of the film in the weeks since its release has been nugatory nonsense.
Like nitpicking, trying to find fault in something that doesn't have a lot of fault. All right.
Something described as nugatory is of little or no consequence.
Okay.
1 out of 2. Not bad. Second word of the day. Postulate. Postulate.
Postulate. I should know what this means, and I'm blanking on it. I don't think that's right. Is this to speak with, bravado and overconfidence?
I'll give you a sentence.
Okay.
Scientists have postulated the existence of water
it's like
on the planet.
Theorize. Theorize. Theorize.
2.5 out of 4. Not bad, really.
Not bad. Better than the Oilers' power play last night.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, my goodness. I got more points than Connor McDavid.
Yeah, it looked to me like Leon looked like a player on the power play that hadn't played in a while.
Yes, for sure.
Missing whiffed a couple times.
All right.
He'll get it. He'll get it.
Great show, everybody. What are we closing with, thumb-wise? 152. Well, we'll get the 3 overnight. I hope so.
I wish we could just do a holdout.
Yeah, we got to go.
I know. We got to go.
Do you have practice tonight?
Yes, 7 o'clock.
All right. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. Have a great evening.